Hello, everybody. This is Rebecca with Results with Texas Homeowners Helpline, and we're here with the iConnect Virtual Expo 2020. I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm so happy to have this be our inaugural event online. So I want to just go ahead and tell you here. So it sounds like, let me see here. Just to be clear, this is the first time we're all doing this, so hopefully we can get some bugs taken out here. So Nora said that she couldn't hear me, but she didn't have her headphone on. Now she can hear me. Okay, great. Fantastic. So we do have some folks here already joining us for our live event. And we're just going to take a couple of minutes before we get into the workshops to make sure that we can have everybody join us. I just want to make a quick reminder, if you're not speaking currently, make sure to put your microphone on mute, and then that way we can be respectful of whoever is speaking next, which will actually be Mary Marino. She'll be our first workshop presenter in just a little bit here. So if you're not speaking, go ahead and put your microphone on mute. Make sure you put your phone on mute as well so that it won't buzz while we're on the line here. And just a couple of quick things I wanted to mention as we go along here. You know, again, this is our first virtual workshop, so we may have some glitches, we may not, but I do want to say that I appreciate everybody that's been part of this journey, because we did have a in-person workshop expo scheduled at the Kirkpatrick Middle School in Fort Worth for today. And we decided to, instead of canceling, to go ahead and try and do this online expo. So we'll see how it works out, and I will make sure to do some notes for my fellow entrepreneurs who'd like to do something like this, because I have certainly learned a thing or two in getting ready for this. So a couple of quick thank yous that I want to give out. Informati at DFW Magazine has actually been one of our media partners, and so I want to give them a shout out, give them a thank you. If you're not already part of their group, if you haven't joined them on Facebook or Instagram, or you know, even visited their website, you know, please do so, because they have a lot of great information that's going out into the community, tips on things that we can do here at home, things like that. So one of the things that we're going to be doing today, just so that everybody knows, is we will be having workshops. And so the workshops are about 15 minutes, and then we go into a 5-minute question and answer. So if you do have questions, please feel free to put your questions up into the question and answer part of it. And then Angelica will go ahead and read those questions for us when we get to that part. So the total workshop part will be about 20 minutes. And then we have exhibitors that are going to go ahead and join afterwards. And so we have about 3 exhibitors between each workshop presentation. And so that should keep us moving. I know that 3 hours seems like a long time, but when we're all sharing and learning, it goes by really quickly. So that would be the way that it's working today. A couple other people that are really key that have helped us in putting this together is Supreme Lending. Anthony DeToma and Liz with Supreme Lending have actually supported not just this event, but an event that we had earlier in the, actually last month on February 20th, we had the iConnect Real Estate Expo. And so they helped on that. And so I just wanted to, again, thank them for their support. A couple other quick, you know, just reminders is we are going to do, because this may or may not work with the Facebook Live. So when we repost this, if you're watching this as a repost, go ahead and comment. One of the things that we're doing is a giveaway. And the giveaway that we're doing as part of iConnect Texas Expo is to do a $100 gift certificate. And we are hoping that you will use that for one of the small businesses that are going to be featured here today. So that's a $100 gift card. And if you want to go ahead and in the comment section, post hashtag iConnectTexas, we're going to go ahead and enter everybody that does that, you know, does hashtag iConnectTexas. We're going to put you into a drawing, and we'll go ahead and pick a winner. We'll pick a winner live so that we make sure to keep it all, you know, transparent. So a $100 Visa gift card, if you go ahead and do hashtag iConnectTexas in the comments, once this is posted on Facebook, and then we'll go ahead and pick a winner. Let's say Monday by 5 o'clock, so that way we give people an opportunity to go ahead and do that. Okay. So just a rundown of what we're doing today, as we do have Mary Marino, who is going to be talking about healthy home remedies. She's going to be sharing with us also on ways to do toxic-free cleaners, which is exciting because I know personally I suffer from not being able to smell the toxics. So she actually came out to one of our open houses not too long ago and did that, and people really received it well. So we have her coming up. We also have Kevin Locks, who is going to be teaching us some healthy exercises we can actually do at home. And then as far as workshops, we also have a special guest, Deborah Gallardo, who is going to be talking about the stimulus package, which I know everybody is very interested in, because there's a lot of questions on, can we do the stimulus? How do we get the stimulus package, for different questions. So that's one. She's also talking about the tax extension, which I know a lot of small business owners are also interested in. So we'll be talking about that. I'm going to be personally going over some things that we can do if you are potentially could be behind in your mortgage because you've lost your job due to what's going on with the quarantine. So we have mortgage assistance, credit card assistance, and also places where we can actually, you can get food, you can get some help from some nonprofits. So we'll be talking about that. And then lastly, we do have some information for you from Tracy Tidwell, and she's going to be talking to us about the energy efficiency. And, especially right now, we're all trying to save some money. So she's going to be talking about how to do an energy audit. When is a good time to make some changes to who your provider is, if you do have that, because here in Texas, we are deregulated in some areas. So you do have an opportunity to actually shop for your energy. So that is the lineup for today. I'm really excited for those workshop speakers to present to you, and then equally excited for our exhibitors. Information on them. Another thing I want to mention is during this time, we are posting as well the links to each one of the companies that is featured on our expo here. So if you miss some information, don't worry about it. You can just go into the links and you can connect directly, because that's what this is all about, really connecting. So connect directly with all of our exhibitors and our presenters. So while Miguel takes care of that, I will go ahead and read a little bit more about Mary Marino, who is our upcoming workshop speaker here. And I just want to tell you a little bit about Mary personally before I get into her bio, because I think that she is a wonderful a person to know, is if you are in the DFW area, really anywhere, because Mary's heart is that she shares with everybody. I've never seen her turn anybody away. So even if you're not in the DFW area, I encourage you to get with Mary. Her company is the Spanglish Casita. And it was really interesting. I know she doesn't have time to tell us her whole story, but she, she was in a education administrative position. She was helping the community, and she really wanted to do something, get into a business that she would be able to help people. And it's, whenever you have a chance, get to know her story, because she really has taken something that people, think maybe just like a side hobby, and she's transformed that into a business, a full business that not only provides healthy solutions by way of essential oils, but she also does vision boards. And so I know she's not going to have an opportunity to talk to you guys about that right now, but when you have a chance, go to her website, the Spanglish Casita, and she has 2 tracks. One is for the healthy alternatives with the essential oils, and the other one is vision boards. And we actually had Mary out doing a vision board party for us at Texas Homeowners Helpline for our realtors. And I can tell you that it has been remarkable, the things that I've been able to accomplish because of the way that she explained your vision board is so much more than just pictures. It's really the way that you put it together and how you put it together and why you put it together. So I invite you to also reach out to Mary about that. So I'm going to go reach back around to Miguel. Hopefully he has his, not yet. Okay. So Mary, we're going to go ahead and get started with you a little bit early, and then we'll come back around to Miguel. So if you want to go ahead and take off your, there you go, your mic, and take it away, Mary.
Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. First of all, thank you for being such a innovative motivator to get us all online and to do something like this. I do Zoom all the time for a bunch of different things, but never for a workshop. So this is quite cool. Let's hope that people respond well to this and we can continue to do it over and over and over again. As Rebecca said, I am an essential oils educator, and my Spanglish Casita, the Spanglish Casita is my business name because of what happens inside my home. And inside my home is a big mix of different cultures and a lot of Spanglish going on with my kids. But you walk into both holistic wellness and also a lot of mompreneur, entrepreneurship extraordinaire type thing. So I am also a vision strategist, and I work with teams and individuals on aligning themselves with their group mission, their personal mission, and walking through a step-by-step process of creating visual representation of what you want your life to be. And keyword is Spanglish. That means I am bilingual, so I can do all of these education trainings in both Spanish and English, just so that you know. But today, what we're talking about are essential oils and how you can use them in your home for safe and effective cleaning. So now more than ever, because of this, oh gosh, I'm at a loss for words, what we call this quarantine now, right? This COVID-19, this coronavirus, we're all at home, and people ran out like crazy to stock up on that Lysol and Clorox and bleach and all those things. And while I can't tell you to not do it if you already have, but the truth is that those synthetic chemicals in our home help contribute to weakening our immune system and making us more susceptible to all these germs and viruses and things that are in the air. So by engaging in essential oils and natural products, we allow our body to build its own immune defenses up naturally, right? And there's a ton of different things, so much that we probably can't cover it all here today, but I did want to just highlight a few independent oils and a couple of different blends that you can use in your home now to start disinfecting and clarifying and cleansing the air. And right now that everybody is trying to merge and purge and do all the cleaning is a great time to open your mind to the possibility of having natural cleaners in your home. I promise you, it's going to be, you're going to feel so much better for it in the long run. So first of all, it's important to know what essential oils are. And so essential oils are natural products that are found on the earth. They're God's given resource to us. They're found in plants and leaves and trees and roots and bark and anything. And it's a question of how they're distilled and where you're getting them from. So for example, lemon is an amazing oil to use, and that is distilled from the peel of the lemon itself, not the juice, not the pulp, but the peel itself, because that's where that's where all the linalool properties are concentrated. Essential oils, when they are pure and natural, are not going to be found at Walmart or CVS for $2. Let me just say that. They're not going to be found for $2. If you come to me and you say, I've been using lavender oil for weeks and I keep getting your headaches, the first thing I'm going to say is, where'd you buy it? Because essential oils at your pharmacy are not going to be pure. They're going to be diluted synthetic forms of an oil. They might turn out to be an oil, but that doesn't mean that they're a pure essential oil. So I really take a lot of time and energy in educating everybody on what pure essential oils are and where you can find them. So let's get into a couple of quick and easy recipes using just a few essential oils that you can get relatively easily, and they're not expensive at all. Let's start with lemon. So lemon in and of itself, and I work for a company called doTERRA, and so I'm going to be using our doTERRA products here. But lemon in this bottle of oils, this is 15 mils, and there is almost 280 drops of oil. And in each of these recipes, I'm only going to use about 10 to 15 drops. That's because I like it really concentrated, but you can use less if you wanted to. So there's a lot of power in these bottles, and it goes a long way. So it ultimately makes it more cost effective for you to have a natural substance in your house to clean with than it does to continue to buy the Lysols and the Clorox wipes and the things like that, because they're not doing your body or your home any good in any way, shape, or form. So lemon is a natural purifying agent. So lemon is not only good for us internally, it helps with our digestive system, and it helps clean out our gut. It's also great to add to your water when you need to continue, hydrating yourself. This is great to hydrate. All citrus oils are. You can bake with this. You can add this to any like vanilla recipe and use it, but it's a wonderful cleansing agent and a purifying agent. So I've used lemon in almost every cleaner that I have. The first one that's really, really cool. Now these are my bottles now, mind you, okay? And so they've had a lot of love, but I use this is my mirror cleaner. And this is 1 part vinegar, 1 part oil, water rather, and then about 15 or 20 drops of my lemon oil. So I'm gonna smell, we're used to certain smells, right? Certain smells that are quite nostalgic, like our Fabuloso or our lemon scented pine sol or our Windex. And those synthetic smells are so bad for our system. And we're conditioned to think that they're okay because they're supposed to clean and disinfect, but using a natural cleaner not only provides proprietary benefits for our health and for our body, but it also does a better job of cleaning surfaces than some of those store-bought products do. So a good mirror and glass cleaner is 1 part vinegar, 3 parts water, and then essential oils to your liking. I like to go heavy with them, 15 to 20 drops, and you can mix these up. So lemon and spearmint is really nice. Lemon and wild orange, all your citruses are going to be really good for disinfecting and cleaning surface area. Likewise with our wood cleaners. So we all have wood tables or side tables or what have you, and we're conditioned again to purchase the waxy wood polishers, and that's exactly what they are. They have a fragrance, which is synthetic, and they contain wax in them, and all that does is can put layers and layers upon our surfaces. It doesn't nourish our furniture, it doesn't keep it alive. It just continues to add layers and layers of dust resistance, basically, which makes it easier for you to dust. But by making your own cleanser with, again, lemon, I like eucalyptus on my wood polish, and perhaps lemongrass, which is a great antibacterial oil. So add a 1/4 cup of olive oil, filtered water, and then your oils, and it makes a beautiful furniture polish. No toxins, no chemicals. If it were to fall on the floor and you had a toddler or a grandchild around and if they just curiosity got the best of them and they decided to touch it with their fingers and lick it, you don't have to call poison control because it's only vinegar and essential oils. And that's a lot. That makes your heart sing to know that you are cleaning something with something that is safe. And you can even incorporate the kids more to use the products because you're not scared that they're going to ingest it or stick their fingers in it and put it in their mouth because they're not loaded with chemicals and synthetic properties. So then my favorite cleaning product that I use for absolutely everything, from our countertops, my stove top, the bathrooms, the toilets, the tubs, the showers, absolutely everything, is our product called On Guard. And On Guard is our protective blend. And this is basically our immunity support blend. So there's a lot to be said about On Guard, and we have a whole plethora of products, from toothpaste to laundry detergent to our cleaner concentrate. And this is basically what I use for all my surfaces. This is a concentrated cleaner. It's 12 fluid ounces, and this will probably last me about 5 months because I'm only adding the concentrated cleaner about a 1/4 way through a 16-ounce glass bottle, and then the rest is water. But this is going to have more antibacterial properties for the combination of oils that are here. And that is cinnamon and clove, wild orange, peppermint, lemon, and eucalyptus. So taken internally, this is what has saved my family from getting the flu the last 4 years. We don't get the flu shots, and this is why we stay healthy all year long, because we're constantly using On Guard in some way, shape, or form. Right now, with this epidemic going on, our On Guard hand sanitizer is in every room and in the car. And we also have an On Guard hand wash. It's a foaming hand wash. And again, this is the cleaner concentrate. So this one bottle fills all the soap dispensers in my house for months at a time. And I only fill this up to about a quarter of the way again with water because it is concentrated and highly impactful. And that's all that we need. So with this cleaner, you can do absolutely everything. But again, you're assuring yourself that you're not loaded down with synthetics and chemicals or false aromas that the other big store products lead you to believe that you need. We don't need that. What we need is a healthy home that's resistant to, that makes our bodies build our immune system up and does not what's it called? It does not make us more susceptible or more, I lost the word there, you know, doesn't break down our immune system. It keeps our immune system built up and in check. So there are a plethora, as I said, of oils that are great for recipes to do. Some of my top oils that I like are going to be wild orange, lemon. Eucalyptus is a wonderful, wonderful cleaner that can be added to the lemon and water to do, say, as a room deodorizer. So if you take an inventory right now that you've got the time in your home of all the things that have toxic synthetic chemicals, I think you'd be very, very surprised. And I promise you that there is a way to replace that with a natural oil combination, and you can make your own cleaners, which, as I said, in the long run is going to be more cost effective for you. So you can change instead of using wax melts or candles that are very dangerous to our respiratory system, you can get diffusers and diffuse oils. You can add oils to your water, certain oils to your water for added hydration. And then once you're cleaning with the essential oils, you're not only doing your home good, you're cleaning up and purifying the atmosphere in your home, but you're also getting proprietary benefits that help you and your family build your immunity and cleanse the air. So you can't go wrong either way. There's also another thing that I wanted to mention that I use, and this is not my product, but I do buy it, and I hope that you guys will take the time to research it. And it's a company called Norwex. I don't know if any of you have heard of Norwex, but Norwex is, I believe, I don't know if they're from Finland, maybe a European company, but they specialize in all natural cleaning products as well. And these cloths are called the EnviroCloth. And what makes it so special is that these are actually finer than microfiber, and it's infused with microbial silver. Silver has always been an antibacterial agent, and so this is infused with silver, which means that the only thing you need is water, literally water. So you take these cloths, you wet them down, you wring out the water, and then you use it to clean your surface areas. I supplement that with my oil cleaners, but I don't need to if I don't have to. So not only does Norwex come up with ways that you can clean without chemicals, they've made it very cost effective because you can rewash these and use them. And ladies, they also have what's called the body cloth, and that body cloth I use to take off my makeup. I haven't used oils or synthetic makeup cleaners on my face probably in 2 years. So you can use the body cloth, and that's what I make my kids bathe with as well. Like, obviously I use natural soaps, and I use natural deodorants and things like that. But adding Norwex to your cleaning lineup is a great way also to eliminate the need for cleansers. So if you can't or don't want to delve into the oil side of things because it can be a bit overwhelming, then look for Norwex. They're sold by independent distributors. I've got a girl for you if you don't already have one, but look for Norwex cleaners because they're a great way to get started on lessening your toxic load in your home. And ultimately that's what I'm about. So I will post here also my email, and if anybody, and tell your customers that if they want to get a free ebook with a bunch of essential oils recipes for cleaning products, all they have to do is email me at mary@thespanglishcasita.com, and I will email them a copy of the ebook for free. I'm also doing a giveaway, and I'm sure Rebecca, just correct me if I'm wrong, do we do that after this?
So you'll have your exhibitor table after this, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I've got for you guys. Just a couple of tidbits on essential oils and how wonderful and beneficial they can be for your home. A couple of easy recipes that I'm happy to share offline here. And I'd be happy to connect with you or your team on anything related to essential oils or looking at your vision strategy down the track. Thank you, Rebecca, for having me. And it was great to be part of this. And I'll be sticking around with all of y'all too. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mary. That was great information. I know I have a couple of questions, but let me see if anybody else has any questions. If you want to just put them into the question and answer part of our session here, then we can go ahead and answer those questions. My question, Mary, is because I have seen those, the rags. What did you call them again?
They're Norwex. The company is Norwex. Here, I'll put this up on the screen. Yeah,
Perfect.
That's the company name, Norwex, Norwe. They're from Norway. That's it. Yeah. Norway.
Makes sense.
Makes sense now.
Norwex from Norway.
There you go. But they have great products, and they also have natural laundry detergent and different cleaners. Again, I infuse them with my essential oils, and together they're a mighty force because it cuts down on me using paper towels, so it lessens my footprint on the environment. I'm not recycling like old, kids t-shirts or anything like that, because these can wash and they can last for years. So again, you're just eliminating a toxic load and making an imprint or changing your footprint on the environment.
That's fantastic. Yes, I've used those before. So, I recommend them because I feel like, the less chemicals we use, the less paper products we use, the better for the environment. And we should all be conscious of that for our children, right? So we do have a question from Tracy. Let's see here. I thought I saw a question from you, Tracy.
Yeah, I see it. It's do I have an oil named Palo Santo? So Palo Santo is a wood, and it is used to, and I'm a big fan of saging and smudging the house. I do that too. I also make my own kombucha. I don't know if you can see that there in the background. So I live on a couple of acres, and I have chickens and roosters. I'm surprised y'all haven't heard all that going on right now too, but we harvest organic eggs and things. So I love Palo Santo, and I do have Palo Santo, but Palo Santo is not made in an oil through doTERRA as of yet, and a lot of it has to do with its environment, how sustainable it is to produce, and how cost effective that would be to do. So you can buy variations of the Palo Santo, obviously as wood for smudging and for burning and incense, but yes, Palo Santo is fantastic for positive energy and mood lifting and clearing the energy in the home. That and sage, and so I'm a big fan of smudging as well. I'm your hippie girl over here that loves it. Or a bit bruja, a bit holistic, a bit live everything in terms of, using the smudging and things like that for the clean home. Yes, thank you.
Great. And, that's one of the things that I think people are wanting to know, right? Some of the ways that we can go ahead and uplift the mood within the house, because we are all stuck in here together.
Right. So unlike your candles and your Febrezes and stuff that are chemical, all that does is trigger the brain to kind of shut down. And again, it weakens our immune system and adds to our respiratory issues. Whereas essential oils have medicinal and proprietary benefits that do alter the mood, because our olfactory system is so powerful that when you put on a sunny oil like lemon and orange and all those citruses, it changes the atmosphere and the mood in the house. And I have 2 tweens and a husband that are locked up in opposite sides of the house right now, and let me tell you, they're diffusing good oils and nice oils to calm them down and keep them happy in their little contained quarters while we do this here. So it does change and it shifts our brain. Our brain recognizes that it's a good vibe and then it sends these messages out to the rest of the body to chill, to relax, and to be uplifted into that atmosphere. So essential oils are wonderful for stress right now. They are wonderful for sleep right now and better rest, and wonderful for purification and cleansing of your home and spirit.
That's great, Mary, because I know, I can only speak for myself personally, but even a friend of mine suffers from migraines, and chemicals trigger, literally sometimes I've gone into restaurants and we're in the middle of a meal and I've had to leave if they start spraying Windex or if they start, with bleach or some of these things. So could you give us maybe some tips because I know a lot of people suffer from migraines. Is there a certain smell or is there a certain way to change that mood within the mind with some of these smells?
Well, so there's going to be lots of oils that are going to be great to address the headache and migraine issue directly. The first one that comes to mind is peppermint. Peppermint's always been known as a great oil for headaches. The peppermint is also very strong. So when our oil is so potent that 1 drop of your peppermint oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's very, very, very strong, which means it's very powerful. So you only need a little bit. But in terms of migraine specifically, it's always been told that if you add a drop of peppermint to your thumb and then push the roof of your mouth, that is a pressure point that's connected to our brain. And by holding it there for about 30 seconds, if you can last that long, helps relieve some of that pressure in the head and in the brain, and can help settle and calm your migraine with that. Other oils are going to be things like frankincense, which is the king of all oils and really good. Rose is also a really good oil to help with headaches. And then of course we have a blend that is specific to migraine and tension relief. That's called past tense, and a strong oil, and that is actually coriander. And coriander and thyme work really well to help ease the pain and discomfort of migraines. So diffusing it would be my first response, and then applying it gently to the temples and to your forehead and massaging it in would be how I would ask people to start anyways, looking at that. But again, like you said, we're triggered by so many synthetic things in the home that if you don't take a look at what else is contributing to that, having a peppermint, drop a peppermint oil to the roof of your mouth while you're burning a candle from Bath and Body and have Lysol in the bathroom is going to be counterproductive. So it starts with kind of taking inventory and cleansing it all, because what touches our skin goes into our body and all that kind of good stuff. So everything's really connected into ensuring that we can have the best results from natural and holistic remedies.
That's a really, really good point, because I know a lot of people use the candles and we don't realize what is being burnt in those candles. So
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mary. I know I learned a lot from your presentation, and I encourage folks to go ahead and visit Spanglish Casita. We'll go ahead and post that link. Other than that, just really quickly, because I think this is interesting. I don't know anybody else who's kind of doing this, but tell us about your kids and their little project, because I think that it's really neat. And a lot of people right now are kind of looking for things to keep their families busy. Tell us about your little chicken project out there.
Oh, it's not little anymore. This was started off as my husband's hobby, and we live on a couple of acres. I'm out in Joshua, and we live out in the country, and he's decided he wanted to get chickens. Well, if you've ever had chickens in your life, the chicken math does not exist. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. It ends up being 20 or 30. So we are riding high at about 35 hens right now. We just did 2 batches of incubated chicks, and it got another 40. We have 8 guineas, and so what turned out to be just a pet project ended up being another form of business, and that my kids run. So my kids are responsible for maintaining and taking care of the chickens, and then we turn around and sell the eggs. So we do free range, all organic eggs, and my kids help advertised about that. But because they're 13 and 11 and can't drive anywhere or get on social media, that means that mom here is also the main driving force behind selling the eggs and delivering the eggs. But that money goes back to them. That's their allowance. So what they sell, they get to keep, and that's their earnings. And then it also goes back to feed and nutrition for the chickens. But it's fun because they're very hands-free, thank you. But because the chickens get a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables and things left over, they get kombucha scobies as well every now and then because it's really good for their digestive tract. And they also get taken care of with a little bit of oregano oil. Oregano is a great antibacterial, immune building and antibacterial fighting oil. And they get about 2 drops in a 50-gallon vat of water for them to keep them clean and healthy and sane. So even our chickens do oils. So that's what we're doing there. So like I said, we just incubated 2 batches in the last 2 months and got another 40 chicks. And egg sales have been through the roof. We can't even keep up with that right now because, of course, nobody can find eggs anywhere. So they've kept us really busy, and the kids are loving that. But that's another little adventure that we have here is my kids sell eggs.
That's fun. So, yeah. And thank you for sharing. I know I just kind of threw that at you.
Oh,
but,
no, that's fine. It's great. Thank you.
It made me think of it because you're right. You know, we were at the grocery store. There was no eggs. And I said, don't worry, Mary has eggs. I'll drive to Joshua if I need to. And we saw Nora and Angelica giving you, the virtual thumbs up. And I'll give you one too. I think that's really cool. And then Claudia gave you one too. I think it's really neat that you are teaching kids entrepreneurship. You know, all of us on this call today, all of us exhibitors and presenters, we're all entrepreneurs. And if we can teach our children to have the value of that entrepreneurship and, have them see that side of things, I think it'll make them stronger adults,
I agree.
So it's on that.
Spanglish Casita is all encompassing. Everybody here is independently employed. So you never know what you're going to find at the Spanglish Casita.
Oh, and really quick, because you reminded me something, and I didn't know this about you. So the reason that you are the Spanglish Casita is because you're actually a trilingual household, right? So
yeah, a couple of different.
That was really. We have about 2 minutes before we jump onto our other exhibitors.
So I'm a Gen Xer, and back in 2004, I met my husband, and that was long before social media. We didn't have MySpace, we didn't have Skype, anything like that, but we met over the phone, and he was in Australia, but my husband is Peruvian born, and so his first language is Spanish, but he also speaks very fluently their native tongue of Quechua. And so when we got married, he came here so that I can get married, and then I was on a plane to Sydney, Australia, and my kids were born there. So anytime you walk into the Spanglish Casita, you've got a Mexican-American mother married to Peruvian Australian, and our kids are Australian, Mexican, Peruvian, and my husband speaks several different languages, including Portuguese, Quechua, Italian, Spanish, and then he learned English in Australia. So his English is Aussie English, so we never know what the hell he's saying, but there's always multiple languages and variations of languages being spoken here. So that was another reason. So the Spanglish Casita is very, very symbolic of my family and my life and our adventures across the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mary. I know it was, getting into your life, but, that's the thing that I personally want to bring to the iConnect movement, this initiative that we're putting together, because to me, it's, yes, doing business together. Yes, helping small businesses, connect and thrive, especially during this quarantine time. But really, we should be connecting deeper, learning more about each other and the why behind each of one of our businesses. Because those people that I've seen that have been very successful in business, it's because they have a passion for it. And so if we spend some time to get to know each other, get to know the passion behind it, we're able to help share, I think, each other's businesses a little bit better. So thank you for that, Mary.
Thank you so much.
So let's go ahead and move on to our expo portion. So since you're already on with us, Mary, I'm going to have you start with your Spanglish Casita. And so you have 3 minutes to go ahead and talk to us about your business and how we can connect with you.
Okay, great. Well, as we all know, I'm an essential oils educator. And so I do have a Facebook page at the Spanglish Casita on Facebook. And then I also have a page for my visionary strategy work. So being a visionary strategist means that I do work with solopreneurs, mompreneurs specifically, or teams that really need to get realigned with their overall vision and how they're working their business to meet their life streams. And that is much more, as Rebecca mentioned, than just clipping magazine pictures. I created a whole step-by-step process for you guys to learn and really delve deep into who you are as a person and what you really want your life to be in the long term. So you can find me at thespanglishcasita.com. And then in terms of, I know that we're all here to benefit and to share. So again, if you send me an email to mary@thespanglishcasita.com, I can send you a free ebook on essential oil recipes. And then two, I also will be launching an online course in the next few days, which will be really great. So I'll be taking I call my visionary workshop the Vida experience, and then I go into to discussing that in the class itself, but that will be available in the next week or so. So be watching my page and my website for the launch of that, and I would just appreciate the support and getting that out. And then I would love to work with all of you and your teams individually down the track, be it virtually or in live, if we can ever get back to human contact again, and to work on your vision, because nobody saw COVID-19 on their vision boards this year, right? That's a big meme going around, and I've been sent that like 20 times in the last 3 days. Like, this was not on our vision board for 2020. So we need to realign. We need to reprocess how we're looking at our life right now. And that's me, spanglishcasita.com, and just feel free to reach out to me for any of that. I'd love to be able to work with each and every one of you. And yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mary. And we are giving you a virtual applause.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we have a couple other exhibitors that we are bringing on today, and I want to go ahead and come back to Miguel. Are you ready for us, Miguel?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yay. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, sir. So thank you so much for joining us, Miguel. It's an honor to have you here. Taking the time, I know that you have another engagement going on later on today, so taking the time to tell us about Miguel Martin Education Center, because you know, during this time a lot of people are looking for ways to improve themselves, and I think that's one of the reasons why I invited you to be with us. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Thank you. First, I want to say hi to everybody. I send a virtual hug, a big one. I call this el oso, el abrazo del oso. So first, Rebecca, thank you very much for your, I will not call it initiative. I will call it your leadership. Leadership is powerful. And when it comes from a woman, I respect it more because it's not easy. I believe in the leadership of women. I think the world is lacking more of it. And I do appreciate your leadership. So thank you for doing what you're doing and taking us as part of this great mission. So MEC stands for Miguel Martin Education Center. And some people try to correct me when they pronounce it like in India or in China or in other country, but I say MEC because I like how it sounds, and I teach people a new language by pronouncing MEC, even though when you read the whole statement is Miguel Martin Education Center. And it's basically a combination of Spanish and English, and that's what it is, Miguel Martin Education Center. Now, what do we do? Our vision started with education, and we call it selective education. You know, most of us, we were encouraged to study, and a lot of people went to study university and they have their degree just to find out later that that was not what they wanted. They find out that they wanted something different, or they had a different talent or a different desire in life, and they end up leaving that aside and confusing life. Not everybody, but a lot of people is in that direction. So when we say selective education, we mean, you know, that people should awaken their conscience of their talents, leadership, and their capacity, and then from there educate themselves to have a better presence in life, in their work, in whatever they do. So our mission is directly to encourage and educate our Latino community. And one of the reasons is that in life, I saw or learned that there's like two groups in the community, Latino community. the professional ones and the normal or common people. And I was wondering why there were so few professionals and more common people. And I said, how can I help? And that's how we started obtaining these resources of what have made some professionals, some successful people in the Spanish community and in other communities. And we start bringing these resources to our community. So we are a platform where we do three things. We promote conference, books, mentoring that can bring resources, tools, encouragement, inspiration, or examples that can help the community that doesn't have much resources or means to obtain those resources. And that's what we do in MEC. Most of our work is with the Spanish community, but what we have learned is that the Anglo community have been missing the Spanish market. So I believe that the Spanish market is a great, great market that a lot of entrepreneurs in the English community, a lot of business are not putting attention there. So we are also serving as a platform where we can connect the Anglo with the Spanish and the Spanish or Latinos with the Anglo community. And we also encourage people to read, because reading somehow develops your capacity more than just by seeing or listening. And we work hard to promote books from us, books from different people, books in different directions, with the all objective of encouraging more knowledge, more tools, more resources. And we are dedicated to do that. I would say 24/7. So I again want to say thank you, Rebecca. If any of you would like to connect with us or be part of our platform, you can visit our web pages, Miguel Martin Education Center, miguelmartin.info, la Asociacion de Escritores.com, radiomec.com. We also have a radio, and I'm so happy in a good way, because years ago, I said, you know what, let's create a radio online. And a lot of people start laughing. They laugh at us. And today, when I see banks, institutions, everybody is going to internet. Everything that is web, everything that is online. And I say, well, I started on time, and we do have, it's a radio. It's not a podcast. It's not a Facebook Live. It's not a Zoom webinar. It's a radio. It's online. People listen to it 24/7. At this point, we do everything there in Spanish, but I think we're going to start including a lot of resources in English. And if you are interested, you can connect with us, and we can see how we can include you there. And believe me, it can be a great resource. So thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Miguel. I appreciate you taking the time to tell us about your organization. And, you know, I invite everybody to go ahead and visit you online. I had the pleasure of being with Miguel and on his station, his radio station, as a guest last month, you know, promoting one of the events that I was having. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of fun. You know, go with a lot of high energy. If it is in the evening, but if you don't have enough energy, stop on Starbucks on the way there, because you need it. He is a great interviewer. So I encourage you to take a look at his Facebook Live interviews that he does. So wonderful. Thank you, Miguel. And so the next person that we have coming up is Carol. So Carol, if you want to go ahead and take off your microphone as well. And so that way we can get you started here. So Carol, I have the pleasure of knowing for several years, as well as her daughter and her wonderful grandbabies. We attend the same church out in Weatherford, and I love Carol and her family and her enthusiasm for creating this small business in Weatherford. So Carol, go ahead and take it away. Tell us about your business.
Okay, y'all have me on speaker? Can you hear me? All right, good deal. What happened here? Okay. Welcome to all those that are here. I'm glad to participate in this. Let me see. I'm not real good at live things, so bear with me here, but you are, well, I am standing in the middle of Creation Coffee House right now, and we are doing our best to stay open during this craziness. We had a vision for this. We've been open for a little over a year. Let's see. Stop. How do I turn this around? I want to give you a quick virtual tour of where we're at, show you what's in the shop and what we do and what our passion is all about.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. All right, I'll try not to make you dizzy and go too fast around here. Okay, this is our service counter, and we'll come back to there in a little bit, and my son Joel is actually going to make one of our signature drinks, and you can watch him do that. This is standing at the front door, so this is kind of what you see, although a lot of the chairs are on the tables right now because we are open for carry-out orders only. Here at the window, our friend Eddie Reed constructed this pretty awesome bar so we can sit there. We have an in-house sketchbook. Yeah, it's upside down there, but that's okay. People come in and you can sit and draw and leave a picture for us in our book, and we are probably 2/3 of the way through that first one. When it gets full, we'll get another one. This is a favorite seating area. We have some small groups that come in and meet here, Bible studies, just groups that get together. There's a support group that for new moms with young children. Of course, nobody's meeting here right now because we're under these mandates of no meetings. We have an exchange library over here where we encourage people to come in and drop off a book and take one home, and we reserve the right to throw out anything we deem inappropriate. But this is a corner where it's just fun to sit and read, and that corner is used all the time. Over here in the corner is my baby grand piano. This is my friend. It's closed up right now, but I give some lessons here in the shop, and occasionally we'll have a customer come in and play. And you know, I love the piano. I've been playing since I was a tiny little girl, so it's part of us here. Eventually we will hope to go to some live music events, things like that. Condiment bar, community bulletin board, restroom back there. I need to put a sign on the door that says wash your hands. Okay, this is my son Joel. He and I have partnered together, and also my daughter Kendra. This is the kitchen area, washing, whatnot. I'm going to come around the counter, and he's going to make one of our favorite signature drinks. It's called a mocha versus. If you are watching, oh, well, there's a question there. If you are watching and you are able to come in, we're actually located in Weatherford. If you mention that you saw us on the expo and watched my son make this drink, we'll give you a half-price drink on one of our specialties. So tell your friends, whatever. Obviously, right now we're doing carry-out, or we also have a call-in number. Look us up on Facebook. He's getting ready to put together this drink here. He is all about creating special drinks. We are Creation Coffee House. Part of our vision is just being creative. We like creativity. We like music. We're passionate about making good coffee drinks. One of our goals is to make the best coffee in Weatherford. I mean, that's obviously an opinion, but we think we do. So we have an espresso machine grinder here. This one's a high-dollar grinder. It only grinds for our espresso drinks. All of our drinks are fresh ground when you order them. We also do drip coffee in the morning, and it's fresh ground every day or whenever we make a fresh pot. So go ahead, Joel. He's working on a mocha versus. It's a little noisy. I don't know if you can hear me over the sound of the machine or not. We measure out precisely the amount of espresso that goes into all the drinks so we can all be consistent. Our goal is that it doesn't matter who makes the drink in our shop, it will essentially taste the same. You know, some places you go, it depends on who makes the drink, whether it's good or not. Our goal is to make sure that we all consistently are able to make the same drink so that you get what, doesn't matter which barista. Joel is actually a certified barista. He went and did an online course, and he's good at what he does. He's very passionate about the coffee. I have another barista that works for me, and he's a college student, but he's just as good. And we like to joke about the fact that we do coffee science here in the shop, and they create drinks that way. And we always are creating drinks and tasting. And personally, now this is going to tell on me while he's doing this, I've never loved straight up coffee. And my husband teases me 30 years of my marriage, and I didn't like coffee, and now I'm running a coffee shop. But I like the frou-frou stuff in my coffee, as I tell people. But I have learned when pulling an espresso shot, whether it's just a bad shot or it's just because I don't like it. I've had to taste a lot of things that I don't like, but I've changed my taste where I do like more coffee. So this particular drink, Mocha Versus, it has chocolate in it and lots of different flavors. Versus is an Italian word that means lullaby. We like to say it's a lullaby in a cup, except that it's got 2 shots of espresso in it, so it may not put you to sleep. But it's one of those drinks that when you taste it, it kind of gives you a feeling of, ah. So, and this is one of our absolute best sellers. I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see. He's pulling the espresso shot there. Just turned that off. And he's steaming the milk here. And he will pour this drink together. This is what, the way we do it. We put cups up here when we serve in-house, and that keeps the cup warm so that your cup is warm as well as your drink, and it helps keep your drink hot longer. But we do have to-go. Right now we're serving everything in to-go cups. So tell your friends, look us up on Facebook, and you can learn a little bit more about us. My son and my daughter and her little baby are here a lot, but they haven't been in here for about 3 weeks. They're staying home safe right now. So, okay, let's watch here. Let me zoom in a little bit. He's pouring the milk in. This is some of the fun things that we do here at the shop. He's creating a latte art here, what they call this. All right, show it to him. There, can you see what he did? Lights kind of reflect, there it goes.
I love this drink. I made it because I wanted everything that was in it, and it created such a cohesive flavor. We just had to put it on the menu, and a lot of people taste it. A lot of people say it was very good. So if you can stop by, tell us you're from Zune. We'd love to give you a drink half off. We just want you to experience something that's really good. And this was really good. And I'm going to enjoy something.
Okay. We also serve baked goods. We have a local caterer that bakes muffins, and we have coffee cake, and these are little cake balls. Make y'all hungry here. And she makes cookies. The ones that are in red are gluten-free. And then we also serve a gluten-free peanut butter cookie, which there's none in there, so she's gonna have to bring us some more this week. And we also have one other kind of cookie, but, oh, sorry, I don't mean to go so fast. All right, let me turn this around. Oops, sorry. Okay, so you've seen basically what the shop looks like. Our passion, again, is to make the best coffee in Weatherford. And of course, you know, like I said, our opinion is that we do pretty well with that. But my son and the other barista and my daughter and I have all worked together on creating some delicious drinks. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you is that we also have 9, 10, I don't know how many different flavors of loose leaf tea, since not everybody likes coffee, but then we brew tea while we're here. And while you wait, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on which kind you order. So what else do I need to do? this is Creation Coffee House. We are doing our best to stay open right now. I believe that we have a purpose in Weatherford. And we, you know, it's a place where you can come and feel safe, and we have a calm environment. It's a great place to come, join some friends. We have a lot of people come in and sit in our corner and pray together or just talk together. And we have some books and toys in the house. We're very kid friendly here as well. And we also offer some juice and milk boxes for the kids, things like that. So anybody have any questions or anything?
Well, thank you so much, Carol. So just to reiterate what you said, so you guys are right off of 180, right, in Weatherford?
Right, Fort Worth Highway. Didn't say that, sorry.
That's okay. So they're right off of Fort Worth Highway. If you want to take a country drive, I know we're not supposed to be going anywhere, but if you want to take a nice little country drive, you can drive out to Weatherford. It's a beautiful, you know, little drive from Fort Worth. And I encourage you to give them a call, let them know that you saw Creation Coffee House on our expo, on our virtual expo, and you get that half price drink. I know I want to try what Joel was making. That looked really yummy. So
it's called Mocha Versus. If you can't remember that, you know, say it was a mocha something. Or you can try any of our other specialty drinks or your favorite latte or any of that. We've got a full menu of different coffee drinks. So.
Fantastic. So we'll go ahead and post as well their address once we get this online to Facebook. A couple of quick things before we bring Kevin, our next workshop speaker, up. One thing I want to say is we were not able to get the live link over to Facebook. So I know some people have been messaging me asking how to do that. Feel free to share that, the live share that I sent to all of you. Feel free to share that onto your pages so people can go ahead and join live. We do have a participant who's been on here from the start, and I want to acknowledge him. His name is Freddie Damper, and he's a great friend. I love him and the work that he does. He's actually also an energy consultant. But I'm going to go ahead and give, I don't know if y'all can see this. So this is a flashlight that has a really neat little tool thing for it. And what it does, it opens up here like a telescope. So that way you can, you know, use it. We use it for when in real estate, you know, if we need to have some lights usually. So I keep one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and send one of these to Freddie. And I want to encourage anybody who's watching online right now, if you put your put hashtag #IConnectTexas into the comment section when we go and post this here on Facebook. Anybody that puts hashtag #IConnectTexas into the comment section in this Facebook post will be put into a drawing. We're going to do a $100 Visa gift card giveaway. We encourage you to use it with any of our expo exhibitors here, but obviously you can use it wherever you want. Hopefully it's with a small business. But if you put hashtag #IConnectTexas into the comment section, you will be entered into the giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway on the 30th, March 30th at 5 p.m. We're going to go ahead and do a live giveaway. So comment hashtag #IConnectTexas. All right, so our next workshop speaker is Kevin Locks. And I had the pleasure of connecting with Kevin through Angelica Buenteo, who, as you know, is my partner for Texas Homeowners Helpline. She works out with Kevin, and she says that he does a phenomenal job. I'm really excited to see what Kevin has in store for us, things that we can be doing here at home to keep healthy. And I was watching his videos. If you have not gone to his Facebook page, go there. It's really neat because he puts the whole family to work. I mean, talk about a family business, right? Just like Carol, he has a family business too. So he has his wife and his kids on there doing the virtual workouts. And so I think it's really neat because I figure, well, you know, if a 12-year-old can do that, I better get my butt in gear. So, all right, Kevin, go ahead and take yourself off of mute and tell us a little bit about yourself, and go ahead and get started with your webinar.
Sounds good. Well, you can hear me? So I think I'm off of mute. Can you hear me now? Perfect. All right. Well, hey, first of all, man, I just want to just thank you, Rebecca, and Helica, man, for inviting me to be with you guys today, man. I think this is pretty cool, and it shows that you guys are innovative, man. You guys move around when you need to, based on the current circumstances, just as we did. So, yeah. So my name is Kevin Locks. I've been a personal trainer, certified personal trainer, for about 8 years now, with Camp Gladiator. Most of you guys have probably seen us around. We're in parking lots, church parking lots, school parking lots. We're all over the DFW. We are the biggest area of the company here in the DFW market. I'm the area director in Grand Prairie, and I have a team of 11, 12 trainers that work with me. We have about 50 to 60 locations throughout Grand Prairie, and we've just been doing some amazing things. At one point, it was just me in Grand Prairie, and now we have 12 trainers, close to 1,000 members, and we are excited about it. But in terms of what we got going on, man, we're a Christian-based company. Just so a lot of people don't know that, but we are a Christian-based company, and we literally connect with many other companies, small companies, entrepreneurs, just like you guys. So this is amazing, because we absolutely love to connect with you guys and give you guys opportunity. Because like I said, we have, over, like I said, over 1,000 members in Grand Prairie, and we're always looking for events and things like that, connecting with small businesses that we can partner with and let them know about your services, that because it's kind of benefit for us, and we're kind of connecting them with you. So we're really big into connecting with other companies. So this is great. And Helica did work out with me, man, for her and her husband for a long time. We are a Christian-based company, like I mentioned. We're all about the family, man. And I think with Camp Gladiator, the reason why I love it so much is when you come in, we meet you where you at. You don't have to be already athletic, already fit. We just want you to come in and just get started, just commit to it. And we kind of meet you where you're at. So we start from the bottom. If you got knee issues, back issues, we all do, right? We all have issues and things that we deal with on a daily basis, but we work through those things to try to keep you moving, try to keep you going. As Rebecca mentioned, my family is involved. It is totally a family affair here at my home, and also with Camp Gladiator. We have many families out there working out together. So I know Rebecca wanted me to show you guys and just kind of let you know a few things that we do, just to kind of keep you busy at home, just like me and my family and so many others. We have been able to now go to Zoom ourselves based on the COVID-19 thing with, the whole social distancing thing. So we're on actually Zoom ourselves. And I just did a workout before I came on with you guys. That's why I needed a little extra time to get here. But we did a workout today, and I had about 25 people on Zoom just kind of watching. They did the workout. I was still training, still being able to get a great sweat in from home, from the living rooms, and it was just really amazing. So just to kind of give you a few things, man, I can show you some demos, Rebecca, if you would like to do that, but there's a lot of basic stuff just to kind of keep you guys moving. Because I know we're talking about the biggest thing right now is coronavirus and how it's taking lives and things like that. But people don't realize coronavirus is so far taking maybe 100,000 or however many, 200,000. Obesity has been taking millions of lives all the time. Obesity is a true pandemic in terms of everything, in terms of just being healthy, being the whole health conscious thing. But no one seems to be tripping too much about the obesity thing. But coronavirus come and take, thousands of lives, and it's like, oh Lord, what are we gonna do? What are we freaking out? But obesity is killing people every single day, man. And it's a bigger epidemic, I promise you, than the coronavirus. So being healthy, being conscious of that. I know Mary talked about some stuff, just the essential, all the different things. Just finding your healthy place and being healthy and being conscious of those things are super important. I know we're all here talking about our own businesses and what we want to do, but at the same time, what are you doing for yourself, right? And that's the whole part of where I come in. What are you doing for yourself? Are you going to continue to, live a legacy for your family? And I think that starts with you, taking care of you, being healthy, doing the things you need to do so you can be around for your business, for your family and stuff like that. So I feel I take what I do very serious, because I know for a fact that there are many people that was on medications, on meds and doctors, certain regimens that I've been able to help and get them off of those supplements and stuff like that. So what I do is very, very serious. So something you can do at home, man. We all know jumping jacks. Guys, if you can see me, I'm going to try to get into my little position here and kind of kind of show you a few things. Jumping jacks are really simple. We all know what it looks like, right? Jumping jacks are here. Boom. I'm going right here. This is something to get your heart rate up nice and easy. You can do 20 jumping jacks on a regular basis just to stay moving. Keep going. That heart rate going to start pumping. And I promise you, you get out of wind. If you do maybe 20 to 30 of those on a repetition, maybe 3 sets. So do 20, 30, boom, take a little breather, then do another 20 and 30. Do 3 sets of that. I promise you that heart rate start moving. And that's what we want. We want to get moving. We want to stay mobile so we don't just, because we're always sitting down all the time. And then our bones are not, once we stand up, it's like everything is kind of stiff and moving. We got to stay moving, man. God designed us to be people that move. We got to be moved. We got to be moving at all times. We all know push-ups. I'm going to show you a few variations of push-ups. And that's something, once again, you got jumping jacks, now you got push-ups. This is upper body stuff, right? So right here, this is a regular push-up, boom. If this is too much, you can always drop to your knees, boom, and go right here and still get in your push-ups as many as you can. That might just be 20 reps. It might be 15. It might be 10, maybe even 5. But you do that 3 times repetition, I promise you, upper body strength, that's for most women, that's where we struggle, upper body strength. But that's where you can start to build a strength. And this is not even with weights yet. This is just upper body, just your own body weight. You can actually get in shape, get fit to a different place from where you're at now. A few other things. I got only 2 more. Squats. So we talk about the jumping jacks, right? That's cardio right in your living room, right? We talked about push-ups. That's upper body stuff that you can do. Let's go legs, lower body. So now we got squats. I'm going to show you the side view, right? Boom, right here. Nice and easy. Push those hips forward, squeeze those glutes. That's what you really want to activate. When I do my squats, my butt goes all the way back. All my weight is distributed on my heels, and I'm sitting deep into it, keeping my chest up nice and tall. Cool? That's something that you can do. Once again, 3 sets, however many you can, 10, 15. Most women are more dominantly stronger in the lower body, and then as opposed to most guys, they're more stronger in the upper body. But that's something you can do however many you can, 10 to 15 reps. And then the last one, crunches, working that core, that gut, which most people, that's where they carry most of our weight. So once again, regular crunch, nice and simple. I'm here, hands behind my head, and I'm just squeezing my core, making my core work, boom, to pull me up, and I'm not pulling my neck, right, putting pressure on my neck. So that's another exercise. And if you can do those things, right, jumping jacks, that's your cardio. You got your push-ups, that's your upper body. You have your squats, that's your lower body. And then you have your crunches, that's your core. That's a full body workout that you can do right in your living room, at your house, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. If you take some time to do that, I promise you that can be a major, major difference just in your overall health, right? So just something to think about when you do the jumping jacks. Maybe every now and then, go for a walk, go for a little run in your neighborhood, right? Maybe a little 10-minute walk or run in your neighborhood to help you get that heart rate up just as well. So this is some of the things that we do at camp, real entry level type stuff, guys, that you can do right at your house, man. You don't have to go to a gym. Right now we have to stay at home and we can't go to the gym and do all those things, but I promise you, you can get an amazing workout and get healthier at the same time with your own body weight right in your living room. So don't let them stop you, man. So just keep in mind, obesity it's worse than even the coronavirus in terms of the pandemic of it, right? So, but any questions, man? Any questions?
We did have a question from Mary. Mary wants to know, let's see here. She says, Kevin, how long, distance or time, should one walk to get cardio benefits? So how long do you have to keep that heart rate?
You know, I really think it kind of depends on where you're at. And if you're just really starting, go as long as you can, right? I wouldn't look so much in terms of how long it's going to take me to get that benefit of it. But I think go as long as you can go, right? I think starting there. And then as you get to a point where I'm starting to feel a bit better, turn that walk into maybe a little bit more of a power walk. I try not to get anyone that's kind of like getting someone to say, hey, how should I do my weights, or how should I do this? Before you even get to weights, let's just start working out without weights first, right? So I just really want to make it real entry level. And the biggest thing that I always tell anyone is just give me what you got. Just give me the best that you have, right? But technically, you want your heart rate up there at least around 140, 150. And that's kind of age. That kind of goes a little bit different with certain people because it's kind of based on your age, your weight, and all those different things. So I don't get too much into that when I'm talking in a more general platform. I just say, give me what you got in that case. If I do one-on-one training, then I can kind of specify it a little bit more, critique it to you, design it for you based on your age and height and weight and all those things. But because in more generality, just go what you can until you can turn that walk into a power walk, and that power walk into a little jog, and that jog into a run. And you just continue to stay consistency. And I think you'll see the benefits. So great question, though.
Fantastic. And I think that's important because a lot of us, you know, myself included, you know, Angelica says, oh, I'm going for a run. And I'm going, oh, gosh, I'll catch up with you, you know. So we don't need to start where we're at. You know, it's better to start somewhere. We did have another question from Tracy. She wants to know about, let me read it here. What are your thoughts on the vibration platforms? I don't know what that is, so maybe if you can explain what that is also.
Yeah, the vibration platform. Break that down to me, Tracy.
Yes, I bought recently, right before all the Corona stuff hit, a vibration is a stand platform where you stand and you vibrate, and it's supposed to be really good. I've read a lot of good reports on it, which is why I bought it, but I was wondering from a professional what you thought about it. It actually gets your blood pumping and allows the blood circulation to start before you even do a workout. So I get on it 3 times a day. So I was wondering what a professional might think about that. Have you used them at all?
No, not at all, man. We do, in terms of the type of workout that we do a lot of preventative exercises. We do a lot of mobility, stability type stuff. Our workouts are pretty progressive, right? So we start off in week 1. We do a lot of endurance-based stuff, and that's really the foundation of what we do, trying to get that cardio, the heart rate up. Because once you get your stamina going, then you feel like you can go push a little bit harder during week 2, which is we go into strength and agility, right? So now we're thinking a little bit more footwork. I think what you're talking about is definitely it may be beneficial to someone who's trying to get the heart rate up in a different way. Because our stuff may be a little bit more intense than you know, for some people. But truly, to be honest, everything that we do is to preventative type stuff. We're going to definitely look at some mobility, agility. We're definitely going to look at some building some strength. We're definitely building some cardio, and we definitely want to make you more, let me say, a little bit stronger for sure. And then overall, my biggest thing when I'm doing one-on-one, my biggest thing is I want to know what type of conditions you have, because that's the biggest thing. A lot of people walking around today have these existing conditions and just don't know it. So once you tell me what you got, and then I can kind of design something a little bit more specific to you. But overall, in terms of the vibration thing, not too familiar with it, to be totally honest, based on the type of training that I do, if that makes sense.
Right.
Mine may be a little bit different. Yeah, and it's a lot of things that we do to get the heart rate up and get you moving and get you going in that sense. And a lot of stuff now that we're doing is truly, it's always been stuff that we can do right at the house. But I'm gonna look into that, Tracy. That sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Well, Kevin, I just have one other quick question before we move on to our next round of exhibitors. So my kids are older now, you know, not in the house anymore, but a lot of my friends and family, you know, still have kids at home. How do you get the kids to move? Because right now, you know, they want to sleep in, right? They want to watch TV, they want to be online, whatnot. How do you encourage them to work out with you?
Man, that's a great question, Rebecca. You know, actually, this is what you see now hasn't always been. I'm gonna just say that it was a challenge for sure for some time, and I think when they started to, last year was the first year for my kids. We kept pushing them to try to find something that they love to do in school that they can do with their friends, as opposed to, you know, being out here and working out with mom and dad. It's a little different than actually joining a basketball team with your friends who are also, you know, playing ball. So once they started getting a little bit more active at school with their friends. Now they starting to enjoy it and like it. Now they're a little bit more open to the idea of working out and being healthy and being fit and joining in. So, and now it's really become just it's pretty, I'm blessed to say that we kind of all do it together, and it's been really, really cool to kind of see them wanting to do that now. But I think it truly started with, they're a little bit older now to a point where their friends are doing it, and now it's cool. When me and Mama wanted to get them to work out, it wasn't cool, but now since they're having to go to practice and they see the discipline and they see everything that it takes to be a great athlete, now there's kind of correlating to what we do. With me and Mama already was trying to make a lifestyle at home, and now it's finally starting to come together as a family thing that we do. But me, I really was trying to push them to, if they didn't want to work out with us, I was trying to push them to do something at school that they can do with their friends. And I think that's where they started to kind of get a little bit more disciplined and wanting to be a little bit more active and work out and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, so my takeaways, I guess, would be don't forget all of the things that you learned in PE class, because they still apply, right? The jumping jacks, stretching,
absolutely,
kind of the basics. Because as we get older, we think, oh, we see all these different exercises, being promoted. But really, I think the key takeaway is just to keep moving, right? Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And that's exactly, Rebecca, great point. That's exactly why I went back to the jumping jacks and the push-ups and the squats and just the crunches. That's a full body workout. And then, like you said, that's back to the basics. It doesn't have to be the burpees and the jumps and the, man, start where you can. And I think going back to the basics is a great place to get back to, especially for someone who just hasn't worked out in a long time. Go back to the basics, so yeah.
Yeah. And encourage the kids to do it with you, right? Make sure that we be the example, right? I mean, kids are going to if you're telling them to do something, chances are they're not going to do it. But if you join in the process, you're more likely to get them to do it with you, right? So thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Kevin. Get a virtual round of applause here.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and Rebecca, I'm gonna go on and post, guys. I just want to throw that last little quick note in there that we are doing a little virtual promotion for people, anyone who can actually literally work out at your home in your front room. You can work out with us for 6 weeks. It's a little 6-week challenge that's coming up, and it starts on April the 6th. And if anyone is interested, man, you can work out with me or anyone. I can post the link in the chat room, and if anyone is interested, they can just click on it and just fill out a quick little Google Doc, and it'll just let me know I'm interested, and then I can contact them a little bit later, and we can get them set up for virtual workouts for 6 weeks. So I really appreciate it, Rebecca.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And you want to go ahead and share with us where to find you on Facebook?
Yeah, so I know, Rebecca, you put one of my old ones up, my trainer, Kevin Locks. But really, if you just go to, that was one of my older ones. I need to get back to that one. But really, just Kevin Locks, KevinLocks. That's where I post a lot of my stuff with camps and stuff that me and the wife does. But really, just Kevin Locks. You can find me on Facebook. And you'll see more of me and my family doing a lot of stuff in terms of on Instagram, where we're Team Locks Lifestyle. You can find us on Instagram at Team Lock Lifestyle. But me, just Kevin Locks on Facebook.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate you and appreciate your time helping us out here today. So for those of you joining us, that was Kevin Locks, and he is with Camp Gladiator. And there is Camp Gladiators. Is it nationwide or is it just here in Texas?
No, we're nationwide. Actually, we're in 7 different states right now, and we're continuing to grow. So it's a major movement right now. So Texas is one of the biggest markets. So if you are in Texas, we have locations all throughout the Metroplex that you can be a part of to get your little workout in. But for the next, until this, COVID-19 thing is done, everything is going to be at home, and it's a great opportunity to start working out right in your front room, to be a part of CG. So I'm posting this stuff now, Rebecca.
Fantastic. We just got it. Make sure to share it on our Facebook feed as well when we get there. So really quickly, before we get into the other exhibitors that are in this time block, I just wanted to remind everybody who is watching this on Facebook, if you go ahead and comment
hashtag IConnectTexas. We are doing a $100 gift card giveaway to somebody, a lucky winner. We'll go ahead and pull them at random. We'll write everybody down who go ahead and comments IConnectTexas, and we'll put you in a giveaway drawing for a $100 Visa gift card. We're hoping that you will use it for a small business, because that's what we're doing here today. We're promoting small businesses, and we're trying to, you know, just keep the momentum going for our other friends who are entrepreneurs and get the word out for them. So go ahead and do that. The other thing I want to go ahead and go back to, I know that Tamara with Positive Impact Ministry was not able to join us and connect here today. So I just want to share her resource with everybody. I'm going to share my screen here really quickly so that I can go into her Facebook page, because it's a great organization. Let's see here. Can you all see my, okay. And hopefully you can see my screen here. But basically, oops, Positive, here we are. So Positive Impact Ministries, they are actually over in Pelican Bay near Azle. And what they do is they give out food on a regular basis on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I want to say they provide dinners. Right now they're doing those to-go dinners. You can see where they had, you know, some spaghetti and, you know, some salad and a little dessert treat. I want to say this past Wednesday. They give out produce. You can see that little video that's coming up there. I'm really excited about their organization because they do not ask for any type of documentation. You know, a lot of times when people go out to get help and assistance places, they're required to get documentation. Positive Impact Ministries does not ask for any of that. And it's open to anybody. You don't even have to be in Azle. You don't have to be in Pelican Bay. They basically help anybody that needs the help. And so I have this picture up here for an event that they have coming up. It's, you know, of course, because of the quarantine, they are doing a drive-through Easter bags. And so rather than having their event that they were going to have on the 11th, they're doing a drive-through. So if you know anybody who is in need of, you know, some assistance, especially because a lot of people right now are being laid off, and so they don't have the extra money for some of these things, you know, have them come through to 1300 Liberty School Road, and everything is free. They are not asking for any type of, you know, donation for these goodies. They're just trying to be a blessing to the community. So I just wanted to make sure to mention them, Positive Impact Ministries. You know, go ahead and feel free to visit them when you have a chance. All right, so let's go back to our Zoom call here, and let's see here. We have next my comadre, Nora Comstock. So I'm really excited to have Nora. She is the founder, one of the founders of Las Comadres para las Americas. It is a organization that's actually worldwide, and I won't steal her thunder. I'll go ahead and let her talk to you a little bit about that. Welcome, Nora.
I'd forgotten to unmute myself.
No problem.
Everybody, and what a wonderful opportunity to see happy, smiling faces and to hear about your beautiful businesses. Rebecca, you're a blessing to us. Thank you so much for doing this. And Rebecca and I know each other through Las Comadres, actually from California, right? Orange County is where our relationship started about 6 years ago. And Las Comadres is a 501c3 organization. It's 20 years old, and it's an informal internet-based network that meets monthly. And now apparently we are technologically meeting because we can't do the face-to-face stuff. And it has been a real blessing. I'd hesitated to do this because I've known about Zoom for a long time, and just didn't quite, you know, feel like that was something I wanted to do. I really like the face-to-face thing, you know, getting to connect and hug people and all that sort of stuff. Well, that's not possible today, so we've got to figure out another way. And I keep telling everybody, we've got the future by the tail. And it is absolutely telling us how important it is that we use this technology to message and to connect and to feel the power of just being able to see each other. And so I'm really grateful for that particular opportunity. We meet in, it depends. It fluctuates depending on where I have coordinators and people to help set up the monthly Comadres. Sometimes we meet on a regular basis, and sometimes we meet every other month, and sometimes we do it quarterly. You know, again, depending on people's ability to meet the face-to-face part of this thing, which we will go back to. But I think at that time we'll also set up a camera so people who can't physically join in would be able to still be with us, and people will stop and say hello. We'll figure it out. It's time to figure it out. And just to be there with each other. And what we're doing is we are meeting to preserve and celebrate culture and to build connections and community with one another locally and around the country. Because we are in about 80 cities. Not all of them meet on a monthly basis, because I do need to have a coordinator in those cities to make it work. The monthly events usually are potlucks, gatherings in someone's home, and you take something to eat and something to drink that's not alcoholic, and we get to know each other. And so now you get to do a virtual platillo, in other words, a virtual meal that you are going to share with others. And we just spend time together. It is not a meeting. It is a gathering. And while you might call it social, I call it personal and professional development, connection, building, knowing that there are other people around. And if you move from one city to another, you can easily join the network in another city, and you have instant friends. So it's been a very powerful network. It's still around 20 years later. And I am not social media savvy. I do not do Facebook or Instagram or any of those things. Slowly but surely I'm learning, and I am doing a few of those things. But it's really challenging because, you know, I have so many people, and they're based on, it's a city basis, okay? You join Las Comadres in a city, and then you become a part of the national network because we share information about national networks, but it is city based. So if you move from DC or from Orange County to Dallas or DC to San Francisco, you immediately make those friends. Things that we do is we post jobs, scholarships, book signings, performances, health fairs, events that are happening in the community, and we build our social capital. We help each other out. We open doors. We also have local book clubs where we're reading our Latino authors. We do campaign and civic engagement training. Right now that's happening only in Texas, but it is something that we plan to do in other states. We also share information about volunteer needs. So when you need a volunteer or volunteers to help you in your event or your fundraiser or whatever it is, we share that information with our comadres, and they volunteer to help you. They volunteer directly with you. We also don't compete with fund requests because we're a national organization, so we have a national ability, which local organizations frequently do not. On a national level, we do have Las Comadres and Friends National Latino Book Club and teleconferences. And on Monday, March 30th, we're going to be talking with the authors of the cookbook Oaxaca, which is actually a very well-known restaurant in Los Angeles. Oaxacan meals, delicious meals. And so they just recently published a cookbook, and we're going to be talking with them about their book on Monday, March the 30th at 7 p.m. Central Time. We also do Comadre University programming as needed. So it's how to write book reviews, how to build wealth seminars, just, you know, if anything people want to know about. We have an expert that can come online and talk about those things. We will be having something on April the 2nd that is going to be a feng shui online course. She's going to be talking all about how that works. And there's just so much more that it's whatever you all want to know that you share, we pass that on to others. We do national level postings, we do regional postings, and local postings. So in other words, you don't get information about information you're not interested in from Dallas if you're in DC. In DC, you get DC stuff. In Dallas, you get Dallas stuff, unless it makes sense for you to know about that. Generally speaking, Las Comadres is for women, para las mujeres, but we share, you know, we tell all the guys, because the guys are really some of our biggest supporters, and I'm very, very grateful to all the men that have helped us grow. You can find us at lascomadres.com if you would like to join or ask any questions. So thank you very much, Rebecca, for this opportunity to share that.
So thank you so much, Comadre Nora. So one of the things that I personally love about staying connected with Las Comadres as an entrepreneur is that most of the events that we're invited to have to do with business. And so it's like you're on, right, all the time. And so what I love about Las Comadres, it's not a business organization. You know, it's really truly for connection. So I encourage you all to find your local comadrazos, you know, that are being held, you know, once this is all over, we can get together again. But Las Comadres is on Facebook, although Nora isn't too technical savvy. She has made it available for us on Facebook, so you can find it on Facebook, Las Comadres, and they have chapters all over the United States, and like she said, internationally as well. Another quick thing she mentioned was the book club. And so I know I personally have participated. They have a certain number of books that they do send out if you register early for their book club teleconference. And I've had the pleasure of meeting some great authors and listening to some great authors through that. So I encourage you guys. So thank you so much, Nora. Go ahead.
I'd like to add really quickly that while we're not about business, business is part of who you are. So when you come to a comadrazo, as we call them, which is really the word Las Comadres, and abrazo, a comadrazo, you get to tell us what you do. And we like to support each other. So very definitely, we need a realtor, we need to buy essential oils, you know, whatever it might be. If you're at that comadrazo and you tell us about who you are and what you sell, it's not an opportunity to promote it as a promotion, but about who you are and what you do. And we want to love you and help you in whatever way is possible. So if at all possible, we will purchase something from you and support your business. So thank you again, Rebecca.
That's a great comment, Nora, because you're right. You know, like we said earlier, a lot of us that are in business, it's because it's our passion. And so if you get to know us, you get to know our business because it's our passion. That's absolutely right. So quick question that we had from Mary. She wanted to know about the book club. So where can we find specifically about the book club? Because that is ongoing on a monthly basis, correct?
Very definitely. And you can, there's a drop-down links and on the main page, and it'll tell you about the book club, and you click on, don't lick it, click on it, and it'll go to our Latino Lit, which is another way to get to it. It's latinolit.com, and that's our book club page.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nora. So we have one more exhibitor. Anthony, go ahead and get ready to come online. While he gets ready, I will go ahead and just mention really quickly, we do have some folks that are joining us, some participants, and I see that Kim Burnett, thank you so much for doing the hashtag IConnectTexas. We will make sure to put you in the drawing for that grand prize. Again, that grand prize is a $100 gift card, Visa gift cards, so you can use it any way you'd like. We encourage you to use it for small businesses because that's what we're all about. That's what we're here for today, connecting you with small businesses. But go ahead and put in the chat here, hashtag IConnectTexas. When we post this on Facebook, you will go ahead and be able to put that in the comments as well, hashtag IConnectTexas. And we are going to pull a live, I'm not a live person. We're going to be live pulling somebody's name later on tomorrow, Monday, the 30th at 5 o'clock. So that way we can give that grand prize away, $100 gift certificate, Visa gift certificate. And next we are going to be giving, as far as we, I mean Texas Homeowners Helpline, we're going to be doing a little giveaway as well. So stay tuned for that. My pleasure to introduce Anthony DeToma. And I'm going to kind of put him on the spot a little bit here today because it's his birthday, y'all. And yeah, and so he is spending his birthday with us before he spends it with the family. So we want to thank not only him, but his family, right, for letting us have him today for a little short time. So we're giving you a virtual clap for your birthday, Anthony. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's a super enjoyable way to bring in the coronavirus. At least we get a distraction and we don't get to focus on work a little bit. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So Anthony is one of our preferred lenders through Texas Homeowners Helpline, and Supreme Lending actually was a wonderful supporter of one of our previous events that we did in Fort Worth, I Connect Real Estate series, where we had Dr. Betty Uribe come out and speak. And so, you know, we definitely thank them for their support with that, and then supporting this event as well. But Anthony, go ahead and tell us an update, you know, on the mortgage side. As a realtor, I know that it's, you know, we've been keeping an eye on it, and your feet are right in the fire. So tell us a little bit more about what's going on with the mortgage world.
Yeah, great question. And this has definitely had a significant impact on all industries. Ours has not been saved from those impacts, but the good news is the mortgage industry has been deemed an essential service nationwide. And by virtue, all aspects of the mortgage approval process are also an essential service. So we haven't seen too terribly much in the way of service interruption, so to speak, but there have been some wrinkles in the process that we had not previously seen. Most commonly, when the mortgage process is going to come in contact with your borrower, with your client, right? The first way it popped up was in appraisals. You had a bunch of appraisers coming back here, and just in the past week, as a matter of fact, so it's held off that long, but in the past week, we started getting some calls from appraisers saying, hey, I'm in Ohio or I'm in California and we are in a shelter-in-place lockdown with our state. I'm not going to be able to go to appraise this property. And, you know, we had to get the appraisal management company involved to let them know, hey, you are an essential service and you are free to go inspect their property and do it in whatever safe manner you see fit. And those appraisers, the large majority of those appraisers have chosen to go ahead and inspect the properties, and the ones who are just extremely careful have chosen to pass on that particular appraisal order, and that would then move that appraisal order a little bit down the line to the next appraiser who's available. Okay, so appraisers are one way that it's the process has been affected. The second way is with mortgage closings, because those typically have to be done in person. There are discussions out there about moving to e-closings, electronic signatures on your documents, but that's been a conversation for years. And unfortunately, with a lot of those very, very important publicly recorded documents that are in the mortgage packet, like your deed of trust, your note. Some of those documents require a notary signature to validate that you are in fact who you say you are and you are borrowing this, you know, $250,000 mortgage. And so there's really no way around those particular documents that need to be notarized. Having said that, both of those aspects have kind of bubbled up here in the past week as being areas of the mortgage process that have seen some pushback, but none of them have resulted in any large delays, any large cancellations of loans, or any sort of sticking point with getting loans in the pipeline all the way to the finish line. Okay, it's been more of a just a learning process, and it might add a couple of days here or there. But all in all, the mortgage industry is doing really good now. And by the way, when I say really good, I mean we are faring, I think, better than a lot of industries out there. And when people heard 3 million unemployment on Friday, when people heard that interest rates were just dropping through the floor and the Federal Reserve is lowering their overnight lending rate to 0%, they immediately had flashbacks of 2008. And as we stand here today on March 29th, it is not 2008. It would take a substantial contraction in the economy with significant job losses that would trigger something like a mortgage meltdown that we had in 08. So right now we're just dealing with a minor constriction, and assuming this all passes here in the next couple of weeks or next few weeks, then we will be able to kind of slingshot right back to where we were before. A couple of notes, and I promise I won't go long. We have seen some investors out there react in a very conservative way. And by investors, you should read that to mean all the big banks, okay? Because when it comes to loans like jumbo products, anything over Fannie's conventional loan amount of $510,000, so any loan amount greater than $500,000, anytime you see a down payment assistance program, a first-time home buyer program, those are predominantly controlled by the big banks: Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, B of A, U.S. Bank is a huge participant in the down payment assistance group and in jumbo loans. All of those companies have essentially hit pause for the time being and said, we are suspending this jumbo program or that first-time home buyer program. It's not all of them across the board, but it is a significant number of them, enough to cause kind of a contraction in those particular areas of our industry. They are taking a wait and see approach. This simply has to do with the extreme volatility that we've seen in the stock market over the last couple of weeks. 2,000 points down, 1,000 points up the next day. And that's difficult for financial institutions to absorb. They need to know what sort of arena they're going to be operating within in the near future in order to adequately and appropriately price these products so that they are accessible to consumers and still profitable to lend on. So we're seeing the first kind of contraction, the first sort of, I keep using the word contraction because it's just a little bit tightening up, but certainly nothing that is large swaths. So that means all of your conventional loans, FHA, VA loans, USDA, still a significant number of jumbo loans out there. All of your portfolio programs, those are still available, and they're available without any problems. It's just some of these ancillary products that if we've had the clients pre-approved here in the past couple of weeks for a first-time home buyer program, now they're not taking any new reservations, right? And so we just have to have a conversation about alternatives, different loan programs that they could qualify for, or maybe we just need to tap the brakes for the next 6-8 weeks and see how this all irons out. That's where we're at.
Well, I thank you for that, Anthony, because I know we've had people calling us left and right saying, our rate's going to zero. What's happening? Rates going to zero. That's not happening.
Not happening. And I'll give you my elevator speech on this, but you can move on because I know I've taken the floor for a while. What you're talking about is when the Federal Reserve dropped the overnight lending rate the week before last to between 0% and 0.25%. Okay. What the Federal Reserve did was lower the rate at which banks can borrow money from the federal government. So you think about this as like you're a grocery store, right? And that's what you do for business. Grocery stores are going to sell you and I a gallon of milk for $5, but they got that gallon of milk from the farmer for, $2.50, right? And that other $2.50 is their markup. Think of the Federal Reserve as the farmer and the bank as the grocer, right? So the farmer has now reduced the price of the milk so that the bank can come in and offer it cheaper to its clients. Now, having said that, the 30-year fixed mortgage is not specifically tied to that overnight federal lending rate. It can be a barometer. It can kind of guide whether rates are moving up or down on the scale, but it certainly does not move in lockstep. And so that means most of our 30-year fixed rate loans are going to be in the threes these days, but they are certainly not at 0%. That loan is not out there. It's not available. They're just trying to loosen the lending capabilities for banks out there to make money more readily available for people who need that.
Fantastic. And I thank you for that analogy. You know, Tracy said great analogy, and I agree with her, because, you know, sometimes folks don't realize that there are different loan programs based on, you know, not necessarily what they read for the Federal Reserve, what they put that out there, but that, you know, that translates over into the retail market, if you will, right? So great analogy. You know, I don't like technical jargon, so you kept it real good, real understandable. So thank you so much, Anthony, again, for your time on your birthday, and we hope that you have a rest of the time with your family and, you know, be able to celebrate.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon, Anthony.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
So before we get into the next workshop, and I will actually be giving our next workshop, talking a little bit about how to find help during this time if you are affected by COVID-19 and you do have some hardship financially because of that. I will be talking a little bit more about that in just a minute here. But first, I wanted to go ahead and say hello to some of our participants that have joined us, and I really thank them for coming on board. And a couple of people have already made the hashtag there in the comments so that they can participate in that giveaway, that grand prize giveaway of a $100 Visa gift card. We will be giving that away at 5 o'clock tomorrow, March 30th. We'll do a live broadcast to pull that name, but we have, let's see here, Iva here as well. She joined us and she went ahead also and did the hashtag #IConnectTexas. So thank you for that. Please go ahead if you are an attendee and not a panelist. Your video isn't working because it's for the panelists only for the video, but we will get your chats. So if you have any questions for any of our workshop guests or exhibitor guests, please go ahead and put your question there in the chat. All righty, so let's see here. I believe, I'm just gonna double check, make sure that I didn't miss anybody on our exhibitor. I clicked out, and now I can't find, oh no, that's it, we're good. So Anthony was the next one, and then now we're gonna go ahead and go on to talking a little bit about what to do if you find yourself in a situation where your mortgage payment is coming up, the first is coming up very soon, and a lot of folks have unfortunately been laid off or you know, on pause, if you will, for their business because of what's going on here. So I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about what to do on your mortgage if you do have to miss that next mortgage payment. Before I go into that, I want to let you guys know that there are several other opportunities out there that the government has done. I know Deborah in a little bit will talk to us about the stimulus package and how that affects all of us. But more specifically, because this is for small business owners, I want to let you all know that we do have resources to be able to help you get small business loans. And right now, what I'm understanding is the small business loans that are being offered will be done a lot quicker than in previous fashions. You know, during other disasters, you know, it may have taken a couple of weeks or even months to get loans from the SBA. What I'm understanding from a couple of sources is that they are actually turning those over quite quickly. And I know that Claudia, she'll be coming up in a little bit. And with AMEP, they actually have access also to some of these resources. So I want to encourage you, if you're a small business owner, it doesn't matter if you're an employee of one, okay? You don't actually have to have a lot of employees to be able to take advantage of these small business loans that are out there. And some of the things that they allow you to do with those small business loans is pay your employees, pay your lease
agreements, pay the electricity bill, things like that. Basically, keep your business moving during this time. So I encourage you to contact me, contact Claudia if you are interested in the small business loans, because there are a lot of resources. I will also be posting Dr. Betty Uribe. She did a town hall, virtual town hall meeting, and she had Alan Gutierrez with, I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I don't have it in front of me, I won't say it, but they did do a virtual town hall meeting talking about the details of those SBA loans, and so I'll go ahead and post that as well so that you can get access to that. One of the other things I've seen out there is also for credit cards. A lot of credit card companies, American Express, Capital One, they are also doing some type of deferment or forbearance on your payments. So one of the main things I want you to do if you do find yourself in a situation where you do need some help financially to defer some of these payments, is start writing down, keeping a separate log, a separate notebook for these phone calls, because you may have to call more than once. There are other people also asking for help right now. So one of the things that we learned back in 2008 when we had the mortgage crisis is document everything. So one of the things I encourage you to do is get a notebook specifically for any outreach that you're going to do for your debtors, and keep a log. Write down the date you called them, the time you called them, the phone number that you called, if you had to send a fax, if you had to send an email. Write down all those particulars, the date and the time that you did it, because that'll help you if, for whatever reason, if you're not qualified because they didn't receive something or they said that they didn't receive something, if you're able to go back and show them a log that you actually keep, it'll be in your best interest. And so those are my kind of quick tips as far as how to start the negotiation with your debtors if you are finding yourself in need of some help. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and share my screen here, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to learn a little bit more about your mortgage and whether or not you are going to be eligible. So the first one I'd like to go ahead and, let's see here, go to would be here Freddie Mac. So a lot of the homes that are that have mortgages right now, they are offered through Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae. And so this here is the Freddie Mac website, and I'll go ahead and post the link, but it'll tell you a little bit more about what they're actually doing and how they're doing it if you want the details. But here's what I've learned. I've learned that most banks, whether you have a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan, most banks are giving some type of assistance. Okay, so I don't want you to be discouraged if your loan is not a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan. Don't be discouraged, because more than likely you will still be able to get help. Okay, so they have some links here, some guidance for lenders, etc. Where I want you to go ahead and focus, and I already have it up here, is finding out whether or not you are a Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae loan. And so the way that you would do that is you would go to myhome.freddiemac.com, and then down here at the bottom they have this link that says find out if Freddie Mac owns your mortgage. Okay, so when we click that, you'll have this here. And so you actually can go ahead and look up your Fannie or Freddie mortgage and see if you have one. If you do, then they've already passed some regulations, talking about the Fannie and Freddie loans. So those are going to be more streamlined. If you do not have a Fannie or Freddie loan, then you're actually going to be going through directly to the servicing company. And so the way that I want you to think about that, kind of like what Anthony was saying earlier, when you have a a loan that's being serviced by a certain company, it's not that they own your loan, okay? They're just servicing it, meaning that they're only sending out the paperwork, okay? So there's somebody actually in the background that owns your loan. And so that person may be different than your neighbor, right? And so what happens is people will say, well, I send my payments to Wells Fargo, for example. Well, that's wonderful. Wells Fargo may be your servicer, or they may also own the loan, okay? And so what happens is you may be with your neighbor also both on Wells Fargo loan, but they may have a different criteria and they may qualify for different assistance than you, because you may or may not be owned by Wells Fargo, right? So a servicing company, all they really do is they manage the payments that come in and they manage the payments that go out. They send you a bill and they do the paperwork. That's really the definition of a servicing company. So the first step would be to find out who actually owns your loan, what type of loan you have. The second step would be to go ahead and document any conversations that you have with the bank, okay? One of the things I would say to have before you even call them is have that documentation on how COVID-19 has affected you. So whether that be a letter, you know, that you've been laid off, or if you're a small business owner, if you have, you know, some type of information on, you know, that you had to close, like for example, if you're a restaurant, you had to close, you know, that would be considered, you know, a hardship because your business is reduced. So have a detailed record of how this COVID-19 has actually affected your finances before you make those phone calls, okay? Third thing, like I mentioned before, is make sure that you're writing everything down, right? Because especially if you're trying to negotiate your mortgage and your credit card payment and your student loan, you know, et cetera, it could get a little confusing. So make sure you have that notebook and you have that dedicated page for each one of them. And you're writing down again, the date and the time and who you spoke to. You could also ask them for their ID number, you know, so whoever the operator is that you're talking to, if they have an ID number, or if they don't have an ID number, they'll say, well, we don't do IDs. I can give you my name and my middle initial. If they do that, another thing you can ask them for is, what call center are you calling from, right? Because if it's Susan J, but it's Susan J from, you know, Chicago versus Susan J from Los Angeles, right? So make sure you're writing down as much information as possible, because we're not sure right now. This is just the beginning of people starting to ask for help, and so you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself from any misinformation that could be going on their end. So those are my quick tips on how to go ahead and ask for assistance when you are being affected by COVID-19. And I do also want to say, you know, Texas Homeowners Helpline, that's what we're here for. That's why one of the reasons when we were putting, you know, the whole company together is to think about, you know, what are we really doing? You know, what would we like to do in the community? And the bottom line is we want to help. We want to help homeowners. We want to help future homeowners. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And Halika and I are more than happy to help you take your calls. We've done three-way phone calls with the mortgage companies before. If it's just a little too much for you to deal with, and you know, maybe you're not getting any headway with them, please feel free to call us. We're happy to jump on a three-way phone call with you and get this done. Another resource is for your senior family members. We have I myself help care for my parents, and, you know, a lot of times they, you know, it's very frustrating for them, you know, because they don't know how to express maybe what they're looking for, or, you know, this whole thing kind of just confuses them. So if you do have a senior that's in your family or that you know of that needs help, please, you know, refer them over to us. We are more than happy to help them. We do not charge for this service. This is something that we do as a community service. And so we would just really like to be able to offer this to everybody. Okay. So does anybody have any questions for me? I know that there was a general, you know, explanation, but I just want to let you guys know that there is help out there for you. So don't let this situation, you know, get you too stressed out, you know, financially. Know that there are definitely resources for you. Right. So I'm all done. I'll go ahead and I want to go ahead and have Angelica, if you can take your microphone off, and I want her to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about Texas Homeowners Helpline, you know, what we do, how we help buyers and sellers, and you know, and invite everybody to connect with us if you don't mind.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Rebecca, for organizing it all. Yes, Texas Homeowners Helpline, what we do is we help homeowners. That is our focus. We are homeowners advocates, and our focus is to try to keep you in your home. I know, like Rebecca mentioned, there are hardships, especially now through all of this COVID-19 and people losing their jobs, but our main goal is to help people to stay in their home. And so that's our main focus, is to help the community stay in a home, leave a legacy for their children and for their family. We also have workshops that we provide for the community, for first-time home buyers, or anyone that needs educational information on buying a home. We put these on for free. This is something that we're very passionate about, educating the community and understanding what the home buying process is. That's why we get our professionals, Deborah, we have Anthony, the Toma, we have the insurance people, which is Deborah, and the lender, Anthony. And we do it in a relaxed, comfortable setting. It's not like we're just going to sit there and tell you do this. It's more of a relaxed, you can come ask questions. It's very interactive. And our goal is to educate. And it's been very, very successful. The ones that we've had, we've had several in Fort Worth, we've had several in Grand Prairie, and we're looking to grow. So that was our main focus, is to educate the community. And we're here to help. Rebecca and I have the same philosophy. We're caring, giving, and we want to help. And our main focus is to help the community. So thank you, Rebecca, and thank you all for joining us today to help the community.
Thank you so much, Angelica. I really appreciate you. Perfect. So I'll go ahead. We have two other quick exhibitors before we go ahead and invite Deborah to talk to us a little bit about the tax situation and the stimulus package that she's going to share with us. So I'm going to have Kai next, and then after Kai, Claudia, you'll be next. So Kai, if you can take your speaker off there and talk to us a little bit about Hommati and what it is that you do.
Okay, this is a very new business around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm going to start with showing the videos. I'm going to show 2 videos for this session. And I'm going to start. Oh, okay. I have to do screen share. Okay.
The coronavirus has created an unpredictable time in the real estate industry. Agents across the country are concerned as their showings and open houses are being canceled. Hommati is here to help keep your business moving forward. We are one of the leading providers of virtual tours. Home buyers can still explore your listings via our 3D and virtual reality tours, and do so safely without ever leaving their home. Also, to further assist, we're offering a 90-day same-as-cash payment option designed to help you reserve your cash on hand. For more information, please go to hommati.com.
Okay, this is one of the recent things to let the real estate agent to know what we do and how can we help individual agent for this difficult time. And I'm going to show you another one is our original YouTube commercial, and it tells us who we are a little better. Okay, I'm going to go to oh, wait a second. Sorry about that. Stop there. So we are like national franchise producing like all this visual content for real estate industry. And actually, this is very first time for me. I'm setting this last a few months. Then the COVID-19 hits even before, slightly before I actually launched my business really. So actually, I'm the one that actually closed down my restaurant about 3 weeks ago. And luckily, I started a new business just before that. So but in this hard time, what we can do for our client is we figured out about through our Hommati.com site, we have about 1,400 more visitors last a few weeks than before. What does it mean? Because people cannot come out because of this lockdown situation. Just keep them in. Also, even before that, people are aware of what's going on outside. And when school shut down, and just every family is inside a home. And what they're doing right now is still they know that they have to buy a new home and they have to move and stuff like that. So what they do is go to the real estate website, search about all these like videos and 3D Matterport like tours and stuff like that. So they can go through the like open house without actually going to the house. So right now, what you can see is this tremendous, like about 1,400% more than visitors. Is lots of traffic. And also, even I haven't really started marketing yet. The only marketing tool I was doing out there is by email. And we changed the email concept to change according to this COVID-19 situation. So we just tell them this is a safer way to let the client see doing the like home search. And I'm just getting a phone call and here and there and getting a lot of requests right now. So what we have to know in this situation, 3D Matterport and drone video was kind of like options before. You can put in your MLS listings if you want to, if the house is worth it. But now it seems like it became very mandatory things to do because nobody's coming out right now. So you still can give client, the home buyers and home sellers this great opportunity to let them just show and to see the houses they're looking for. So, and lastly, we have this great option for this time. We have now 90 days, same as cash payment option. So I know for everyone, it's a very hard time to pay. And it's a pretty decent price service. We charge about $289, or if you're a member, it's $229, including 3D Matterport, aerial video, 4K pictures, and virtual tours, and video, and floor plans, and everything, free brochures and everything is just a $229. But even for some people, it's still lots of money for their listings and like the marketing. as like average realtors around the area. So we offer this. You can pay about 30% down in the beginning, and we can wait either 90 days, or as soon as your house on the list is in sale, we can automatically charge that amount through your account. So we have this option for this session. So like the concept behind this is now it's not a luxury option for the like $1 million house. You have to have this so people can see it from the house who want to find the house but who cannot come out the house. We can bring the house and tour into their house. So I think it's a win for everybody, and we really try to help like our client, which is the realtors. I know it's a very hard time right now for realtors. So I try to like put the listings. If they come to me and I'm the one doing the like service, I'm gonna put my own money to put their listings on our Facebook and stuff like that. Try to help you guys to sell the property and to get exposed locally. So that's what we do. And this is the website. I'm gonna show you here.
And we can, we'll go ahead and post it as well, Kai. We still see your screen. I don't know if you can take your screen share off.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead, there you go, thank you. And we will go ahead and post the Hommati site. And I know Kai and I were talking yesterday, and you know that he's very right. You know, with the way things are, we can't do open houses, and so I know that it's a great tool to use, not just during this time when we're all under quarantine, but we had been talking to Kai even before that, you know, to make it easy for buyers to tour properties. So thank you so much, Kai. I really appreciate you sharing the videos with us. All right, so the next exhibitor that we have up is Claudia Herman with AMEP. And Claudia, there you go. Take off your speaker and go ahead, Claudia, take it away. I know we're running a little bit behind schedule, but feel free to take the time that you need to share with us about AMEP.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you, Rebecca, for putting this together. You're a true blessing. And it's really a privilege to be here with all of you. And yes, I want to talk about several things. First of all, I am the president of AMEP, which in Spanish means Association of Professional and Entrepreneur Women. And we are a resource of information. And before, of course, COVID-19, for networking. And information meaning a lot of training, a lot of resources that want to be business owners or small business owners can use to educate themselves on how to start a new business or grow their business. So, of course, right now we're transferring the entire platform online since we cannot do it in person with students in a classroom like we used to. And so be prepared for receiving all the information about it. And we also have several partnerships. The most recent one is with the SBA. So we have been rolling out the information about small business loans that they are giving at the super, super low interest rate and very preferential conditions so that small business owners can get back on their feet. Because as you all well know and are suffering, I mean, all of our business have suffered. Unfortunately, this is a kind of situation that forces us to sit back and think, okay, how else can I now expand my business? How else can I reach out when I am working from home? And I'm not even allowed to go to my office because of city ordinances. So in that regard, we're inviting all our membership to start starting, I think, next week, using several platforms, maybe Zoom, maybe Webinar Jam, and attend online. And this has been done from 2012 when we launched AMEP until now. We have been doing this in Spanish, but not right now. And this is, you know, actually it's a blessing in disguise having to be stuck at home. We're rolling out a new concept, and this is for the mainstream market. And this is intended mainly to work in English, not so much in Spanish, which is my native language. And what we want to do is crowdsource the knowledge that everybody has. So, for instance, I mean, you're in real estate, Nora with connecting people, with the essential oils, with mortgage lending, but also personal things. For instance, I mean, a lot of us are into health because we've had health problems. So the concept I'm rolling out, and let me see if the share the screen works here. I want to share my Facebook page with y'all. I hope you can see it. And this is a concept in English, and it's related to AMEP. It's basically the same thing. It's going to be a 501c3 like AMEP, the foundation is. And it's called Texas Brainery. And why Brainery? Because we all have a brain, we all use it, and we can also use it to share information that is relevant to us on a very personal level. I don't know about you all, but maybe we do something professionally. We live off a business, and we're very happy with our business. But also, we might have a hobby, and we have a different type of knowledge that we want to share. For instance, and this is very personal, and I hope you don't mind the commercial here, I'm also a business owner. I run the nonprofit AMEP and the foundation, USA AMEP Foundation. You can find us here on Facebook. Let me go to AMEP. Let me put it in Dallas just because I'm here in Dallas. We have a chapter here. We have a group, but we also have the Facebook page. And here, as you can see in the picture, this is some of the things that we're doing, heavily focused on training and networking, of course. Okay, my connection is a little bit slow, but anyway, this is the stuff we do. These are some promos of videos of our workshops that we've hosted and whatnot. We also promote our membership. Here, Nacho Lizarraga, he's one of our members, and he sells medical insurance. And I know a lot of people who don't have medical insurance and who have ended up in a hospital deeply regret it now, when there is a very affordable insurance available. So anyway, on a personal level, for instance, I had my right kidney removed 5 years ago. I had a tumor, the size of a big lemon growing on top of my right kidney. And I was very health conscious before, in 2015. But after that, of course, I have to be very, very, very mindful of what I can take and of my health generally, what I eat, the supplementation that I take. And in this regard, and this is also a blessing, a friend of mine told me about this product. I mean, I knew about this product 10 years ago. And I started taking it again. This is the product. It's called Transfer Factor. Actually, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Okay. This is Transfer Factor. Transfer Factor is it's an immunoregulator. What it does, and this is science behind it. I mean, this is not just because somebody says that it works, it works. there's probably 3,000 scientific articles that have been written about this product since 1950. And basically what it is, it's the immune information that a mother passes to her child in the first milk that she gives her child when a child is born. And this is true for all mammals. And also it's present in egg yolk, because when a baby's born, its immune system is completely new. It has never been exposed to a pathogen before. So when it starts drinking the mother's milk, that's when it gets all this information about what has made her mother or his mother resistant to stuff like viruses, bacteria, and whatnot. So 21 years ago, a group of scientists out of Utah found out how to actually process it and obtain it from the cow colostrum as opposed to using human milk. And this is the result. It's called Transfer Factor Plus. My husband and I are diligently taking it right now. And if you want to know more about this, I mean, this is actually because I like businesses, I mean, this is part of my COVID-19 reinvention. I'm actually selling this as well. So if you want to know about it, if you want to give it to, let's say, an elderly person living in your home or who you know of, because they are really at a high risk. If they get infected, a big chance is that they're going to end up with pneumonia and with a complete system shutdown. And actually, a lot of elderly people have died from this new virus. So this is a product that can help our cells educate themselves to a brain response. And I have scientific literature, as I said. I mean, I cannot take everything that comes across my way, although sometimes I would like to. But no, in this regard, I mean, I really had to educate myself about this product. And I also ordered this one. I mean, some people like me, I mean, we hate taking pills. So this one here is actually in gel form, and it has also berries, natural berries in it. I mean, they're processed, but it has berries. So that's actually very nice. So this is part of the things that I do. So I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, but you know, I'm gonna post my my contact information here in the chat section. So if you want to give a webinar on something that you want to share with people, we can do it both in English and in Spanish using both the platforms, which means AMEP and Texas Brainery. And you just tell me how you want to structure it. My to-go platform is going to be Webinar Jam, and that's just because, I mean, I bought that system like maybe 8 years ago, and it's still out there, and it has no restrictions as to time or even how many people can log into it. And it has also an interface that connects you with social media like Facebook and Instagram. So, and you can actually sell. And that is something that platform allows you to do. So if you have something to sell, you can certainly do it. So anyway, I'm here to help you. And yes, this is a time where, you know, first of all, we can make use of our leisure time, you know, involuntary or not, to do, you know, two things. We can start and dream up new businesses or how to grow our existing business, but also to learn. And I think this is very relevant because that is something that will enrich in our lives, whether it's personal or whether it's business related. So I'm going to put my information down here so you can connect with me if you want to, you know, to start a webinar. we can certainly program it. And if you want to know more about transfer factors to protect our health, I will also share that information here with a link to where you can get it. And because, I mean, up until now, I've pretty much just consumed it and given it to my husband, who, you know, has several health issues, starting with asthma. So he's at a very high risk, in a very high risk category. So anyway, we're taking all this. And it also, the company and I just ordered it. They have a spray. So you can actually open your mouth. It has transfer factors, so you can protect your mouth. Evidently, this will not keep viruses out. As I said, it just educates your cells, your immune system cells, they're called natural killer cells, to have a better response in case a bug like COVID-19 gets into our body. So that's what it is. And I definitely want to invite you all to share your knowledge and give it to the world. Right now, it's a time where we need to help each other as humans, as a community, and make the best of a bad situation. And it's the proverbial, when life throws you lemons, you have to make a lemonade out of it, right?
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Claudia. We really appreciate you sharing about AMEP, Texas Brainery, and your new endeavor here with this immune system. So applause for you. We did have a question from Mary. She wants to know if you have to be a member of AMEP in order to host one of the webinars with your group.
No, right now I'm opening up to everybody. And anything, usually I would. That's down, you know, that's in the future. Right now, the idea is to help our people. Really, I mean, this is not a time to make a difference. You know, oh no, you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, which, you know, AMEP isn't a Chamber of Commerce, or, you know, you're not affiliated with a foundation or whatever, then you cannot participate. No, I think this is a time to really, really help each other in every way we can.
That's fantastic. Really fantastic, Claudia, because I know, you know, as we all said, you know, the purse strings are tight. So paying for a membership right now, you know, could be a challenge. So hopefully Mary can be in touch with you and get a workshop going. And we thank you again. I'm a member of AMEP, and so I encourage you to take a look at their program and see how you might be able to benefit. Alrighty, so we're going to move on quickly. Just wanted to give you guys an update as to what we're doing next. So next, Deborah is going to go ahead and give us the update for the stimulus package and talk to us a little bit about the tax extension, what that means for you, and a couple of pointers on how to potentially lower your premiums for insurance, because she does insurance as well. After her, we do have 3 exhibitors, and then we have Tracy Tidwell, who's going to be also talking to us about how to lower your energy bill, potentially by doing an energy audit, taking a look at some tips on how to go ahead and do that. So make sure you stay tuned. Really quickly, I'm going to mention for those who are participating online, we do have some attendees on the website, the webinar right now that are listening. Make sure you put #IConnectTexas if you would like to be entered for our grand prize giveaway, which is a $100 Visa gift card that you can use in any way that you would like. We hope that you use it for a small business because we would like you to go ahead and support small businesses if that's a possibility. Claudia put her information there in the chat room. And so next we have Deborah, and I see you're ready to go with your unmuted. So Deborah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and go ahead and get into your workshop.
Hi, Rebecca. I just want to say thank you to Texas Connect and giving us this opportunity and bringing so much great information from all over. I think this is it's a true blessing. You're definitely, Rebecca, with results. And when we first talked about this as Expo, I know it was going to take place at Kirkpatrick Middle School, which is in the heart of the Northside community. And with the COVID going on and so forth, obviously that was not going to be able to happen. And you put together this virtual experience, this is my first time doing this virtual type webinar. And I'm really excited that we're able to experience this with you today and to be a part of it. And you've had really phenomenal speakers so far this morning or this afternoon, and it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information. So I know we're running behind, so I'll just, be short. You asked me to speak today about the stimulus package. Well, that is part of a $2 trillion economic relief plan, okay? It is to offer assistance to tens of millions of Americans who have been affected by the pandemic, okay? Our office has received various phone calls trying to find out, do we have to do anything to sign up for it? Who's gonna get it? How do we get our check? What's going on with that money people are talking about, and so forth and so forth. Well, no, you do not have to do anything to receive the stimulus check, okay? As long as you filed your tax return, whether it be in 2019 or 2018, everyone who has a Social Security number will receive that refund or that stimulus check. And it is going to vary depending on your income and what your household has and who's in your household and who you filed on your tax return, what age group there was. We do not have a definite date on when those checks will be going out. I just checked the IRS website right before we came on and yesterday, and it says on there that there is no updated information other than we know the bill has been passed and that you don't have to do anything, and pretty much it's basic information that's available at this time. Just saying you don't have to do anything. Checks are coming, we know in April. There are going to be, however you received your tax refund, whether it be in 2019, it will be mailed out to you or directly deposited to you. Some people are asking, well, what if I've moved? Well, the IRS has a way of tracking your last known address. So not to worry, they're gonna get those checks out to you. And if you have moved several times, there's a form online that you can go to at the IRS website, www.irs.gov, and you can change your address online with them. Okay, I know some people have asked us, how much are those checks going to be, the ones that are coming out, okay? Pardon me. Most adults will receive a check in the amount of $1,200, and that is for a single person. Okay, that's for a single person. And if on your tax return, if you had a child under the age of 16, you will receive an additional $500. Okay, that is $500 per child, and that's also with anyone who is who made under a single person who made under $75,000 or less will receive that full amount. Okay, married couples with no children earning $150,000 will receive less than the $24,000. If you are a married couple and you earned $99,000, you will receive the $2,400, okay, with an additional $500 per child, okay. And as your income increases, that stimulus check is also going to decrease, okay. There's not a set guidelines chart at this time yet. Not sure if something, I'm sure in coming future dates, we will have something printed up, and it is going to be on the IRS's website. It's just there's nothing available at this time, and it's still because the bill is still new. Okay. We've had some people ask, well, what if I don't file the tax return anymore? What if I only live off of Social Security? Do I have to file a tax return now? No, you do not have to file a tax return. If that is your only source of income, Social Security, yes, the IRS says that you will, there is some documentation saying that you will receive a stimulus check as well. And no, there's no need to rush into a tax office to file a tax return if that is your only source of income. Okay. There is also questions of what if I owe money to the IRS? Okay, the purpose of the stimulus is to keep the economy going. So even if you owe money to the IRS, that you're on a payment plan and so forth, yes. From what we've read on it is yes, you should receive your stimulus refund, regardless if you have a debt with the IRS. If you're on a payment plan with them, you should also be able to receive that stimulus refund. Okay, any questions?
We haven't had any questions come in here on that specifically, but one of the things that I'm glad you mentioned is, you know, about the people like Social Security or disability, because that's a question I know that I've been getting. So that's wonderful. Now, on that's the stimulus. So what does that mean for as far as the tax extension? You know, a lot of business owners, you know, we wait until the end because we usually owe money, right?
Right.
So what does that mean for us, especially those business owners that we've been, you know, we thought we had until April 15th and now we have longer, right? So is there anything we need to do in the meantime?
No. Well, as always, the sooner you file, the better it is for you, of course, because you save on any type of interest that is owed to the IRS, okay? Now, they did give an extension out to July 15th. That does protect you from any penalties that do occur. So you will not be charged a penalty or any additional interest until July 15th. So yes, that buys our business owners time to get in there and get all their documents done to get their taxes. Okay, a lot of things that some people don't understand. Some people do wait up until the very end and they're like, oh, I never get anything back. Oh, I have to pay every year, so I always wait till the very end. Well, I always remind them, well, that's always not such a good thing, because the sooner you file, you're able to pay towards whatever your balance is. And if you have that paid up by July 15th, then there's no interest that's occurred on that debt. So you do save on your interest and you will not incur any type of penalty fee for anything that is owed to the IRS. So that's the plus on going ahead and getting your stuff together and getting it filed.
So in other words, just because they extended it to July 15th, your recommendation is don't wait until July 15th.
Right. Yes, it's always better to just get in there and get it taken care of, getting it filed. Sometimes for whatever reason, and as business owners, we do have certain deadlines that we work against as well. You know, our 1099s are due into the IRS by January 31st. Our W-2s are in. Some of us who have an LLC, our LLCs, our franchise taxes are due by May 15th. That one has not been extended. So we do have a lot of deadlines that we work against. And if not, we do get hit with late fees, penalties.
That's a great point. So just because the federal tax deadline has been extended doesn't mean that all the other things that come along with it as a business owner has been extended.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, I am going to, we are running short on time here. So if it's okay with you, Deborah, I'm going to ask that if anybody has not done their insurance, if they have not done an insurance audit on their property taxes, or I'm sorry, their property insurance or their car insurance, even do you do business insurance as well?
Yes, we do. We do all types of business insurance. We do anything from commercial for our contractors, as well as errors and omissions for our professionals. But yes, please visit our website at www.gallardosinsurance.com or give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you. It's 817-624-8057. We are a small business, and we are housed here in the heart of Northside, Fort Worth. We are family-based small business. So yes.
Wonderful. And I do encourage you to call Deborah. I know she's talked at a couple of our buyer seminars before, and let us know the differences in insurance and how to actually reduce some of those premiums. So I invite you to call Deborah and her team. She has a wonderful team that works with her, and they've always been very responsive. I know I can personally say that we sent my dad, my godfather, over there, and they're saving him, I want to say somewhere around like $30 or $40 a month on his car insurance. So he had not looked at it for like 3 or 4 years. So I encourage you all to get with them. They'll be more than happy to take a look at what you have right now and see if they can reduce some of those costs for you, because we're all tightening those purse strings right now. Well, thank you so much. Let us know again where to find you, Gallardo's Insurance, and you're off of Long.
Yes, ma'am, we are. We're off of Long and 29th Street, right on the corner. Look for a red door. It's 2621 Northwest 29th Street.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then she's online as well. You can find her, Gallardo's Insurance, and we'll go ahead and post her. All right. Well, thank you so much, Deborah, and we'll give you a virtual round of applause here.
Thanks for having us and for giving us this wonderful opportunity, Rebecca. It's been fun. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye. So we have just a couple more folks here that will be sharing with us. And then we have Tracy Tidwell, who's going to be talking to us about the energy. Oh, Deborah, if you're still there, talk to us really quickly. I do have you down for Juntos Se Puede. I do want to talk about your organization that you founded and how you guys are doing right now. If there's anything we can do to support Juntos. I don't know if you're still there. She might have dropped off already. But Juntos Se Puede is an organization that Deborah had started. I'm not really sure how long ago, but I know that we at Texas Homeowners Helpline have helped them in their walkathon that they do every year. And we also try and donate to their Christmas in the Barrio that they do during Christmas time. They give scholarships out. So they're a great resource for the community. I encourage you all to take a look and find them. Juntos Se Puede. It's basically translated Together We Can. And they do not just service Hispanic communities. They service all anybody who needs the help. They are based out of Northside, Fort Worth, but I do encourage you to learn more about them. I don't see Michelle. Michelle with Royal Light. Let me see if she's on here. If
yeah,
not,
I'm here.
Oh, yay. Okay.
I just didn't have my video on. It's Royaltie.
Oh, Royaltie. I'm sorry. I butchered that last time too. So Royaltie. Yeah. So Michelle, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Royaltie before we move on to Tracy and then our last couple of exhibitors.
Okay, so Royaltie, good afternoon, everyone. Royaltie basically is a online marketing platform. It's a marketing platform for small businesses. It includes every single thing you need as a small business to market online. And as we know from what we have going on, our businesses have completely changed, and you absolutely have to be online and have an online presence. No doubt you have to have that right now. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today, without going into a lot of detail about my business, is the fact that right now we're all pivoting Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I just want to make sure. We're all pivoting right now. Everybody is doing this. Probably would have been somewhere in person. We would have been doing this, right? But now we're doing it online. We have the lovely gentleman that was on earlier with Kevin with Camp Gladiator, who's doing his classes online. There's I heard about someone today. I'm going to call her. She's doing drive-by photography. So she gives you a time when you're ready. You and your family go out in the front yard. She comes up. She takes your pictures. You pay her whatever you feel you can afford, and she goes on her way because she was tired of sitting in her studio wondering how she was going to make a living. So we've all had to pivot. We've all had to change our business in some way. And our online presence is more important than ever. And so one of the things that I've been doing to try and help people right now is I'm offering a free lead capture page, because we all need to be in front of our customers more than ever, right? And we can't do that in person physically anymore. So we need to make sure we're capturing leads. And basically what that means is, if you've ever been online and someone offered you an ebook or something like that, you were probably on a landing page where you put in your name and your email, and they sent you something in exchange for that information. That's how we capture leads. And I'm going to use, as an example for today, I want to use restaurants. It's such a hot topic right now. We had someone on from her coffee shop. We're talking about all these restaurants that are struggling right now. Most of them don't use any kind of marketing. And think about it. How many times when you go into a restaurant, do they ask you for, or do they get your information? How often? How often do you get an email from a restaurant? Somebody shaking their head? Hardly ever. They don't get your information, which means they can't reach out to you. So that's what capture pages do. It's a page that you put out on social media in different places. You can send it to your friends. You can share it. It's just a web page so that restaurants or any kind of business can gather information, and they can email you or they can contact you in different ways. Restaurants are a perfect example. Right now, all these restaurants could be, even when times are good, restaurants, if their slowest day of the week is Tuesday, on Monday they're emailing you to say, hey, don't forget, it's terrific Tuesdays tomorrow. We have 2 pizzas for the price of 1. Don't forget to stop by. So they're reaching out to you and reminding you, whether it's at 3 o'clock or whatever it is, because on your way home you need to pick up 2 pizzas for the family on the way home. So now they have a way to reach out and touch you. And that's the thing. Right now, a lot of businesses who are not online, who didn't have an online presence, are sitting there waiting for customers to come to them, which is very difficult. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna share my screen. I just created a landing page or a capture page, but this one I did strictly for I live in Colleyville. So I created one for Colleyville, and it's got all of the restaurants, and you can click for their website and order your food, because I wanted to do something for my community. And I have friends who I'm talking to on the phone that are saying, hey, is so-and-so open? Is so-and-so open? Because we don't know, because they have no online presence. And having a Facebook page doesn't give you an online presence. That means every time you post something, 1% of all the people who are your friends or who have liked your page see what you're posting. So that's not a very effective way to market your business. So I created this. It's just a landing page or a capture page. So anyone, I'm going to put it out on all the social medias that I have, all the ones that are related to Colleyville. So people in Colleyville can pull this up on their phone anytime and click on their favorite restaurant and order their food and have it ready, because our restaurants are hurting right now. They hadn't prepared for this. They don't have any online presence, which is so important for all businesses, not just not just restaurants. Sorry about that. I also wanted to show you guys real quickly. This is a page I created. If anyone is interested, all of you guys are welcome. I would love to make you a lead capture page for your business. I will do that for you. I have no issues doing that for you. You can just go to yourfreelandingpage.now.site, and I'll put that in the notes. And we can work together, and I'll make a landing page for your business. If you feel like you don't have, I a good following on Facebook or different places to share it. For $50, we can put it out in front of 10,000 eyes in the month of April. So you can get that landing page out in front of 10,000 people to get people looking at your business, to stay in front of people. The other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to show you real quickly, was when we talk about online marketing, one of the things that's so incredibly important to all of our businesses is making sure, again, you're in front of your customers. Marketing is not about reach, it's about frequency. Not everybody wants to buy a house today. Not everybody needs a roof today. They might need one in 6 months or 9 months or whatever. So we have to make sure we're in front of those people all the time, reminding them that we're there, giving them great information, putting out Facebook Lives, doing different things so they see us. We also want to make sure we're putting out what we call quality content. Quality content are things like Facebook Lives, articles, things that give them information. The reason that YouTube right now is the biggest platform in the world, bigger than Google, is because we're all looking for information. We YouTube things we want to know how to do. Like I had to change the headlight in my car, so I YouTubed it. We're always looking on YouTube to find out how to do things. So when we put out great content and great information, that makes us the expert at what we do. And when people see us over and over and they're like, oh my gosh, that Rebecca, she is so smart. I'm looking at all these things. She knows all this stuff. I had no idea. It's time for us to do something. Well, I'm going to call her. She's the expert. That's what I've been watching, and I know she knows what she's doing. So one of the things that our company does, we provide everything you need to market as a small business. And that includes social marketing and that content marketing. So you don't have to look up an article every day to post. What we do is, this is my back office. Every day, a post is sitting there waiting for me. This is my social marketing post. Normally I would read it. Today we don't have time for that. So I'm just going to post it. I can post it to, this is what we call our 3-click marketing. You could be done for the day in 3 clicks. I'm going to post it, if it's going to work with me. I'm going to post this to Facebook. It's already ready for me. I'm just going to post it. I'll probably delete it since I haven't read the article. I'm going to put a little note. How about, let's make it really short and sweet. This should take you less than a minute. I'm glad I'm not on the clock, since I can't type. Great article. I'm going to post it to Facebook. Obviously, that article was about, I didn't even look. It looks like it's in French. Well, that's not good. Need to change that. And it's going to post it to Facebook. I can post it to Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, whichever is most relevant to your business. It's going to say, did you publish your post? Yes, I did. Your marketing is done for the day. Fantastic. Would you like to add this to your blog? I would love to add this to my blog. If you don't have a blog, that's okay. It creates one for you and adds it to your web page. Your blog is now done. Would you like to email this content to your followers? Now it's put into a newsletter and it's emailed to everyone on your emailing list, because we provide you with a CRM. So we give you landing pages where people can fill out their information. That information goes into your CRM or your database. I knew it. And then, once that information goes to your database, when you have something like this where you want to email everyone, you just click yes, and that email automatically goes out to that entire list that you just chose. So now I just posted an article, I added it to my blog, and I emailed everyone. So if they didn't see me one way, they might have seen me another. And that's how you stay in front of your customers. So we give you everything you need. Analytics, we have online ads, unlimited capture pages or websites, email campaigns, social marketing, blogging, all of it, everything you need. Normally our rate is $87 a month with no contract. Until the 31st, it's $43.50 for your first month. I don't know any company that would even, nobody does what we do, but I don't even think you can have a landing page for $43 or $87 a month, much less unlimited landing pages. So again, the important thing is make sure you're pivoting your business, find a way to pivot your business, whatever it takes. Get out there and get online. Make sure you stay in front of people. It's so important right now because you want to make sure in three months people haven't found someone else because they didn't see you when you weren't around, because you didn't have a database, you didn't email them, you weren't on Facebook, you weren't anywhere besides in front of them, because that's where we can't be right now. So if anyone, again, the website, if you want to go to, if you want me to create a lead capture page for you, I'm happy to do that. And that was your free lead page, .now.site. And anything I can do for you as far as marketing, let me know, and I'm happy to do that. We have lots of people out there pivoting, doing an exceptional job. It's amazing, all the different things that are happening right now.
Well, that's great. You can take your screen share off in the meantime, but I really appreciate you showing us that, because I know that we have a similar system through our real estate company, right. But it's not as comprehensive as that. You know, literally you were able to share 3 things, you know, within just a couple of clicks. So that's really, clicks. Yeah, I appreciate that. So yes, if you can share that link in our comments. I know I would personally like to follow up with you. You know, technology is one of those things that, you know, it's a blessing and a curse sometimes. So anything that makes life easier as a business owner, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much. And, you know, you're absolutely right. You know, one of my mentors likes to use the word TOMA, you know, top of mind awareness. And that's really what marketing is all about. It's about being at the top of mind of your customers when in the moment that they need you or somebody that they know needs you. So the more you're in front of them, the better. So love it. All right, Michelle, thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
I believe we have 2 other exhibitors after Tracy here, and so I invite you all to stay on. And I just want to remind you again, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can go ahead and do hashtag #IConnectTexas for a chance to win a $100 gift card, a Visa gift card to use in any way that you'd like. We of course encourage you to use it with a small business, but you can use it wherever you'd like to. So go ahead and comment hashtag #IConnectTexas, and we will enter you in that drawing. That drawing will be tomorrow, Monday, the 30th, March 30th at 5 p.m. And we'll do that live so that we can, you know, pick a winner here. All right. So Tracy, if you want to go ahead and get your microphone off, you're ready to go. Look at you.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm always ready to talk. Hey, everybody.
There you go. All right. Go ahead.
Great at moderating this, Rebecca. That's awesome. And I'm able to be here. You know, you had this set up, I guess, in Fort Worth to do physically before coronavirus came about. And so I'm blessed that I got invited from Houston, Texas. I'm out of Crosby, Texas down here, or I wouldn't have been at your event up there. So thank you. And that's a blessing for me to be on. Just to tell you a little bit about me, I'm a former educator. I heard several educators on here already. I think Mary and one other one have been former educators. I was a former, I knew you were. But former educator and administrator turned business entrepreneur. I never knew how to run my own business. All I knew was go into the school that I was assigned to or the district that I was assigned to as an administrator and work with kids and parents and teachers all day, and was willing to retire with that. But I started this business with Ambit Energy about 8.5 years ago. And I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and at that time I had lost my job down here in Houston. Anybody that was in education in 2011 remembers that we had huge budget cuts all across the state. I was one of them. So again, I called out to God, what in the heck are you doing to me? I lost my job. And he placed Ambit Energy in front of me at that time, never knowing that it would be replacement income and financial freedom for me and whatever I did spend. But God knew what I needed to do to place me in front of a larger audience to let his light shine. And that's how I look at my business. So, you know, with all of you talking, and y'all have been great at exhibiting what you do in your business and stuff, I have to go back and think, because I think I've used everything, maybe except for what Claudia does. All of your businesses I've done, used, whatever. And but the thing that we all have in common is all of you use energy. All of you use electricity, or when it's off, we don't like it very much. I mean, this takes a little bit to actually look, you know, this way in the morning. So if the electricity is off, I am not a happy camper. Mary got to see me yesterday without makeup, and most people don't, but so did Rebecca. So, you know, hey, that's my hair working and my makeup, you know, lights on. So all of you use energy, but one of the things we don't think about is we don't think about how we are adapted to just accept it being in a room, in our home. And probably a lot of you, unless you're really down to the bills, down to the wire, you probably don't even know how much you're paying for your energy bill. And that's a fact. We see that all the time. People think they're paying a certain amount, or somebody's giving them a deal, and it's not the average price that they're paying. So one of the things we do is we offer a free bill analysis to anybody that wants to compare prices with Ambit Energy, and I'd love to help you do that as well. We have a free energy program, and I know when you hear the word free, you look at it and you say, oh, nothing's for free, right? I did when I started my business, but I live in 4,000 square foot home down here in Crosby, Texas. I've had free energy for 8.5 years, and I've saved over $19,000 not having a light bill with Ambit Energy. So that's powerful in itself, because to cut out a bill, especially right now, when people are, thank goodness, you know, we're allowing our customers right now during the COVID-19 pandemic, we're allowing our customers to pay partial payments or break it up and do different things with them. But when push comes to shove, if you don't pay your light bill, you're gonna be taking cold showers in the dark. And so that's one thing that we can help with. So why not eliminate a bill? We're not free nights and weekends. You know, we do have a plan like that. I wouldn't suggest it. But free energy 24/7 is powerful if you can eliminate that bill out of your life. And most of our average bills in the state of Texas during August and September average are $150 to $175. Over average, you got $600 and $700, and under average, small apartments might even be $80 to $100 during the summer, and they could be a little bitty 400, 500 square foot apartment. So that in itself is worth at least taking a look at what we might could save you with our company. There are a lot of tips, though, that I'd like to kind of give to you right now that might help you with conserving electricity as we go into some of the warmer months. I know we've been kind of easy going this past couple of months. We've had it really easy with some nice weather that we haven't even had to turn on the AC. In fact, I didn't start turning on my AC until, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks ago. You think I would, because I have free energy. It really doesn't matter. But one of the things that we can do to protect our energy bill is pay attention to your air conditioning, especially, because we don't think about it. We just flip the switch and on it goes, and it starts working, and it gets really hot in August and September, and sometimes even into October. So always have your AC checked out by a local guy, a business owner. I use a local guy. I refer him to all my friends as well. He comes and he tells me what I need, and he charges me the least amount of money that he can for doing that. So I always advise that, because that is going to save you more than if you run out of Freon in your AC in July, and the prices of Freon have gone up in July and August, and they're going to charge you more. So if they can prevent that by doing it now, that's always important. And checking for any problems that your AC might have had sitting over the winter. That's important too. Another thing is to set your thermometer and manage that. Those smart thermometers are amazing, because you can set them from your phone. I have one upstairs and downstairs in my house, so I can set it, turn it off, turn it on, raise it before I get home if I want to keep it, you know, warmer if I'm not around and in meetings or with people during the day, and come home, lower it maybe 30 minutes before I get in, then it's nice and cool. So those also, though, are energy efficient, guys. So rather than you turning it way up, you know, when you get home and blowing everybody out for the next hour and cooling down the house so quickly, now you've done it gradually, and that actually saves you some money as well. Also, if you have an electric water heater, I'm going to advise that you go check the temperature on that. If you're like me, I like hot baths. I've got this big garden tub I like to get in and soak or whatever. But I actually went up to a bigger tank instead of raising my heat thermometer on my water heater. So that's another way that you can regulate that, is just regulate the heat a little bit less than you normally would, or get a bigger water tank, and then it's a done deal right there. One of the things, and I don't notice if y'all have noticed the lights, if you look at different people, I always look, because we do a lot of Zoom. We've been doing virtual meetings for a long time. So this kind of upped our game with the COVID-19 right now. But I actually have LED slow lights in my office. So if you notice my office, Mary may have something like that because she has a lighter hue to it. But that's where those are coming from. Those are less expensive. They gradually light up, and then when you turn off, they're still actually on, but they fade out. You see them in gymnasiums a lot, in schools a lot. They take a long time to come up. In homes, they really don't if you're using them there. But these are pretty cool. They save money, and you can do them at every home. And once they get to full capacity, mine takes about 1 minute to be at full capacity. So I know if I am in my office or doing something, I'll just turn the light on and, go get some water to drink or some tea and walk in here. And by that time it's full capacity. I can see everything. I'm also a worship minister and a musician. So I've got my keyboard, and you'll see my piano, but I've got a keyboard and sound system in here as well. So if I'm going to do that, I really have to see really well. So I have those in every room of my house, and it saves my energy bill 20 to 25%, just having all of those types of bulbs in each room that we have. The other thing that you can do, I know many people have all their electronics on surge protectors, but there are now the smart surge protectors where they'll actually cut off and cut back on by themselves. That also can save your bill up to 20-25%, especially if you have a lot of electronic devices. I have 5 different devices working in my home on a regular basis. And then if we have team meetings and business partners come over, everybody brings their laptops even more. So I have the smart power strips, and that can save you about 10 to 15% if you have a lot of things plugged in, TVs and video games and things like that. So we're a company that were established in 2006, and now we're even in a bigger market because we were acquired by Vistra Energy. So we now have the company that generates our electricity and has us providing the retail part of it as well. So it's been a pretty cool ride this past year to see where our business has come from, where we've grown. We were a $2 billion company, and now we've upped our game into a bigger company all over the country. So I can't wait to see what we do. One of the things that I have been able to do because of this ministry, and I call my business a ministry, because of financial freedom, you're able to do different things that you never thought you'd be able to do. And I've always been in ministry of some sort. So I've actually been able to start a ladies ministry. One is called the Escape with Us Retreat, and the other one is called the Daring Daughters Academy. And because I have a lot of time on my hands, so, you meet so many people all over the country and now the world. We've had people Zoom in from Japan with us on the ladies ministries, and all because I got a business started that I thought was going to bring just a little bit in extra while I looked for a job. So a couple of things I'd like to throw out there. If any of you would like to have a free bill analysis, no obligation, I'm going to put my email and my phone number on here so you can text it or email it to me. Just let me take a look, no obligation. If you do that, I'll send you a free energy ebook that tells you a little bit more about tips that you can save in your own home. And then if you become an Ambit Energy customer, I'd like to offer you our Ambit Go cards. These are travel cards, and they're up to $100. Now, this is not a $100 gift card you can go spend just anywhere. But if you travel a lot, say in hotels, you can go and look on the website on the hotels that qualify for discounts. Some of them are little discounts off of the room. Some of them are bigger discounts. I know I was in actually Dallas this past weekend with my dad and my kiddos up there, and we stayed at the Hyatt place in Garland, I believe, and it gave us $24 off of our suite that we had up there. So that being said, if you do become my customer, you get a free travel card worth up to $100, so use it. if you're traveling at certain hotels that we have on that website. And if you'd like to talk about how you might incorporate this as a business, I'd love to share that with you. I know that we don't have a lot of time, and I'm not going to get into that, but it's changed my life. And so many of you, we talk about having multiple streams of income. And in this day and time, I am so fortunate that this lockdown, quarantine, or whatever, I've been doing that all along. This is what I do. I work from home. I go out to see people because I like it, but I can make an appointment here in my home or office and get somebody in my business. So if your business is really struggling and you do need an extra stream of income, just contact me. Let's sit down and chat about this business and what it can do along with you, because I have tons of real estate agents in my business. I have tons of business owners in my business that do other product-based companies. I have tons of financial advisors and financial managers in my business. Why? Because people trust them, and they trust them to help with their finances as well and make them some money. So that's why this business does work. I have been able to write a book this past year. Let me grab it really quickly. And it's called Souls in the Sand. And it's a book of 13 of us in our journey in life. And so you become, if you're interested in taking a look at the business, I'll actually send one of my books to you for free if you just take a look at what we do. But it's changed my life. And it certainly can get you free energy. So I'm going to highly suggest that let me do a bill analysis for you. See if this is something that could, number one, save you money. And then I will teach you how to work on getting free energy, because it's really not that hard. And that's free energy for life. Again, that's not free energy nights and weekends. That's for life, as long as you're an Ambit customer and taking a bill out of your pocketbook, writing a check or doing a deposit. That can really, that could pay off another card twice as fast. So depending on your bill. So just let me help you at anything that I can do.
Thank you so much, Tracy. So we do have a couple of questions that came in. Mary wants to know if Ambit is in the country, and I know that this is something that we've come across. Angelica is actually an Ambit rep. So when we have clients that need energy, that we do give them a quote and let them make a decision. I know that a client recently, she was in a co-op as well. And so can you tell us a little bit about how to find out whether or not somebody can qualify for Ambit?
Right. So we do have a lot of the rural co-ops. And Mary, if you're in a co-op, of course, you can't switch right now. Eventually those co-ops, and we've seen many of them in the state of Texas break up. We've gone into those areas. We're fixing to go into Lubbock next year. Actually, it's been a co-op for a while. So we're seeing those break up, but there's no timeline on those. So unfortunately, you're kind of stuck where you're at in a co-op. We have them around here in Houston. They've got them up there in Dallas. You'll have a huge area that is deregulated, and then this little town or this little town, is still in a co-op. We can kind of tell, I can tell, in the beginning, I had to look up their zip code and see where they were to make sure, because I knew nothing about energy when I started, but I knew education, and that's what I do, is educate people on how to save money or make money. So, but you could actually do the business. We have a lot of people from a lot of different co-ops, and it's not just in the state of Texas. We've got co-ops everywhere. And so, but people can do the business. I've got people in Beaumont that do the business, and that is a big co-op around us. And so, but they knew people in other areas. So Mary, you might want to think about that, but unfortunately I can't save you money on your bill. I wish I could.
Okay, awesome. And then my question actually is, because I did replace all of the lights to LED lights, but if you can tell us the name again of that specific light and what is the cost to replace these lights?
I didn't save the packages. I really should have, but I will get that, and I will post that as well, Rebecca, because I just went to Home Depot and bought, and it wasn't expensive, or I'm kind of frugal there. So I think I paid maybe $4 or $5 for the original package of like 2, which isn't that outrageous. And I just absolutely love them. And they have cut my bill, because I do see, if you look back a month or 2 ago of what I had and then replacing the lights, which I just did recently, it's been a little bit of a difference. And it's not my air conditioner, because it hadn't been used really. So it's got to be the lights that are, and they say that is true, and that's their claim. So I will figure out which ones I actually bought from Home Depot and let you know that and the price as well.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, because I know that that's a quick fix that a lot of people miss, especially in the bathrooms for whatever reason. You know, wherever there's those smaller lights, like in the kitchens and the bathrooms, folks miss doing that, and I know that that saves a lot of money. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
Well, and that's so true. If you go into your bathroom, if your bathroom is like mine, I used to have the big old bulbs, you know, what they call the makeup mirrors light.
Yes.
And when you go in there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Houston, Texas, it is not a pretty game trying to put on your makeup and do your hair is frizzing and everything else. So it does cut down on the heat that you feel too from those kinds of bulbs as well.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Tracy. And she's going to go ahead and post that there. Tracy is out of Houston, and she's with Ambit. And Angelica, if you want a local person, Angelica and her husband, Urban, are local representatives so that they can help you as well. So thank you so much, Tracy. Let's give her a virtual round of applause. All right, so we have 2 more exhibitors, and then we are going to be done for today. But I hope that this has been enlightening for some of you, and really I know I personally have learned a lot. Although I know all of you personally, I can honestly say that I've learned something new about each one of your businesses. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I just want to make a quick announcement again. If you are watching this on Facebook, go ahead, or even if you're live here streaming with us, if you want to be entered into our $100 Visa gift card drawing, go ahead and type in there #IConnectTexas, and we will enter you in that drawing. And we're going to do that drawing tomorrow at 5 o'clock, March 30th. And the other thing I want to say is we do have a Texas Homeowners Helpline is giving away these flashlights. And I'll see if I can. There we go. So this flashlight, it's kind of neat. It has this little clippy here that you can, you know, put on your, there we are. You can put on your bag or whatnot and keep it around with you. It's real lightweight. You see it telescopes here. Let me see if I can do this with the virtual thing in the background. You see how that telescopes in and out. So it's really kind of neat. It goes the whole, probably about, I would say, maybe 2.5 feet long. So it's a really neat thing. And the other thing it does is it's magnetic on the end. Can you all see that? There you go. It's magnetic on the end. So people like that little feature. So if you want one of these, we have about 10 of them. Go to our Facebook page, Texas Homeowners Helpline. And so you would find it TX Homeowners Helpline. Go ahead and leave us a little comment. You know, let us know if you liked our webinar, and let us know if you want us to keep doing this. Give us a little comment, and then go ahead and put #IConnectTexas, and we will get you one of these. So the first 10 people that do that, we will go ahead and mail you out one of these nice little flashlights. Okay, so our last 2 exhibitors here is Sandra Garcia with Hispanic Women's Network of Texas. And then we also have our youngest entrepreneur, Erin, who has essentials from Erin. So she'll talk next. So we'll go ahead and let Sandra, since she has her mic unmuted here. Sandra, welcome. And thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about Hispanic Women's Network of Texas, what you do for them, and how we can connect.
Hi, Sandra Garcia. I'm the current president of the Hispanic Women's Network Forward Chapter, the biggest in Texas. We have a 33-year history in the state of Texas, 8 chapters, and Fort Worth is the biggest one. So we have, we're known for many things, but our biggest thing is our Latinas in Progress program, which is where we take 100 high school seniors, put them through a 6-session college prep program. And while we're doing this, we also have many fundraising events to make sure that they go to college, and we give them some kind of a scholarship. The smallest scholarship we give is $500. The biggest is a full ride to TCU, which is $260,000. So we average a little over $300,000 in scholarships. Right now we're deep in our fundraising. However, obviously coronavirus has affected us. So luckily we have some really good people that support us locally, and we also do our best to match whatever they give us every year, starting at $500. We have planned to do our graduation and scholarship ceremony at the end of April at TCC, but obviously, if people have heard, TCC is closed, so we're looking to reschedule that. However, our next biggest event, we have many throughout the year, but our biggest event that does our scholarship fundraiser is Hasta los Muertos Bailan, which even the dead dance. It's a big Day of the Dead gala, dance, raffles at Colonial Country Club. It's in October, God willing, we'll have that. It's been a struggle, but that is our biggest fundraiser. We hope to clear, what we made last year was clear 40,000, which goes to our scholarship to give to our students. This year we had 65 applicants from our 100 that applied for scholarships. So right now we're trying to see how much we're going to give each student. So we're very active, a very active chapter. We try to have at least one event a month. Obviously right now we're on hold. We're trying to be preemptive and help our community, make sure everybody stays home. So we are known for Café con Leche every month. It's a networking event, so everybody's welcome to attend. We select a restaurant and we select a nonprofit or someone, and then you bring your business cards and anybody's able to attend. And we average 40 to 50 people per event that we have. We're a very popular group because of the community we reach, all the way from the high school students to our legacy group, which is in their 70s, and sometimes 80s. So we're a very inclusive group. We're the only chapter in Texas that is open to men. So, because obviously we all have a wonderful man or partner behind us, so they become members, so that's what helps us also.
Fantastic. And so, Sandra, one of the things that I want to make sure that folks know, because although we're, the hub is Dallas-Fort Worth because most of us are from here, like Tracy said, she's from Houston. And so this is going to be broadcasted on Facebook as well. And so HWNT is, how many chapters in Texas are there?
Currently, we have 8 chapters. Our Houston chapter is inactive right now because they suffered because of the last big event, which is hurricane. They suffered and their membership dissolved. People got busy, reinventing themselves. So we're grooming them. Hopefully, they'll be back. Now next year, but we work with them to try to bring them back.
Wonderful, and that's really a fantastic opportunity for anybody that we may know, right, that wants to be in a leadership position and has that opportunity maybe to contact Sandra. But I really enjoy going to the couple of events that I have gone to with HWNT. They're very inclusive, not only of, us as women, but what I really appreciated is I saw women bringing their children, their daughters. And, as a mother, as an entrepreneur, I said it before and I'll say it again, our children watch us, we're their example. And so when we're able to bring them into and expose them to powerful organizations such as this one, it's a miracle almost how much they retain. I can say that now because my daughter's 21 and I started taking her to organizational events when she was 5 years old. I remember she doing the Pledge of Allegiance a couple of times for nonprofits that we were involved in. So I encourage you all to learn more about HWNT, Hispanic Business Women's Network. And thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing with us. Please go ahead and post the link as well on how we can connect not only with the Fort Worth chapter, but I know that there's a very active Dallas chapter, and there are several around the state. So if you can post that information as well for the state chapter, that would be awesome.
Thank you. We have many committees, so if anybody wants to join, we have a gala, education, and scholarship committee available.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sandra. Before I bring on the next guest, I do want to say we will be doing these again. You know, this was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it could ever imagine it would be. So if you have an organization, a nonprofit that you feel like you might be benefiting from something like this, please shoot me an email, because I am going to be putting together another one of these probably next month, and I'd love for your input. So without further ado, we will bring our last, certainly not least, entrepreneur on board, Miss Erin. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi.
You're so cute.
Hi, supporters. This is hi, supporters. This is Erin from Essentials from Erin, and I am the owner of my business. And me and my mom are gonna be sharing a few things with you. Let's get started.
All right, so we're going to direct you guys first to her website. Let's see here. All right, this is Erin's website. And Erin's going to tell you a few things about her website. The main reason that I'm bringing you guys to her website is because it's more than just jewelry. It's more than essentials. It really is ErinInspiresMe.com. So Erin, won't you go over a few of the things that's on your website? Let's start with this. What is this right here to the left?
That is me getting interviewed at Biz TV.
At Biz TV, they're based out of Arlington, Texas, and she was telling the supporters some of her struggles before she started her business and how her business has helped her. And Erin, to the right, you will see a video of Channel 5 News, I believe, interviewed her. And what was that about, Erin?
That was about to tell me something good about a young entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Do I click play or do I?
No, it's okay. And if you scroll down to the left, what are these pictures over here, Erin, with your awards?
That's me getting a Perseverance Award, and that's me and my mom taking a picture, and that was me and my dad taking a picture.
And to the far right, this slideshow, what is that right there? What are these pictures?
These are pictures of me and my supporters talking, and I'm showing them my business.
We have done over 20 vendor events, so that has helped Erin a lot as well. And then at the bottom, it's just pictures of, remember when we first started your business, Erin? How did your business start off?
It started off good.
No, like where do we start selling your jewelry first? What did we do?
We started selling, we went to different vendor events?
No, we went to, what did we do before we did vendor events? Where did we go? What stores did we go to?
The mall. We went to the mall.
And that's how Erin's business started. We started selling jewelry in the mall, and then we made a profit and decided to open an online store for her. So let's go into, let me do stop share, and we're going to start the slide here. All right. So this first slide, Erin, tell them where they can locate you.
So they can locate me at Essentials from Erin, www.erininspiresme.com. And I was a kidpreneur since October 2018.
All right. And let's do from the beginning. All right. And you can go ahead and read that, Erin.
I opened my business to inspire kids and adults with disorders that they can still achieve their goals. In my life, my essentials are meant to serve as a reminder to never give up in life, no matter what. When you look at my essentials, I want you to remember that a 9-year-old girl sold you this. I continue to strive for greatness no matter what. I want to be your positive example of belief. I save all my money so when I turn 18 I can open my own art gallery. You have to put back what the universe has given, and you will gain more.
So tell them about what this is. Who is this girl right here?
That is my sponsor, Rima.
No, you sponsor Rahima.
I sponsor Rahima, and she lives in Kenya.
All right, and we donate money to her. Erin's business donates money to her each month so that she'll have clothes, she gets proper vaccinations, she gets all of her school supplies. We donate monthly for that. Tell them about this picture in the far right.
That's me and my mom going to feed to feed the starving children.
That's a nonprofit organization in Richardson, Texas, and that's super fun to do with your family. It goes in 2-hour increments. So often we go to Richardson on the weekends and we just volunteer. That's part of what we do. All right.
And this is where you can leave feedback and anonymous suggestions. You can leave a review and leave anonymous suggestions.
All right, and this is so important to us. We want to know, I want to know, and Erin wants to know. Okay, hold on just a second. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. All right, let's get back to, God. Okay, I messed up. Sorry, y'all. All right, feedback and anonymous suggestions. This is so important because we want to know how Erin can be better, what you're looking for, and leaving your review. How did Erin make you feel at her vendor events? What inspired you that she has done? We take everything as constructive criticism, so that's why on the anonymous suggestions we don't ask for your name or your email address. That's something that we definitely desire to know. All right, and she's going to go over a couple of things that has helped her with her ADHD during her business.
So these are my awards. I won a character award, an AB honor roll award, and a perseverance award. My art project is recognized in medical grand theater.
One of her art projects that she did when she was when we lived in Louisville was recognized in the downtown Louisville Art Gallery. So this is just a few. She has a ton of essentials online, but this is just a few of them. If you see any essentials you like, please remember the discount code, which is 35% off, and just remember the number. There's a number in the upper right-hand corner or the left corner on each picture. In this particular section, this is 35% off World of Women necklace. The first number 1 is a Tree of Life necklace. Number 2 is an Amazonite stone necklace. And you have the rhinestone snake choker that some of her supporters so kindly sent us pictures so that you can see what they look like. Again, if you like any of these pictures, please record the number item and the 35% off, or you can take a picture with your cell phone. The next slide is 35% off World of Women necklace. You have the snake head necklace, which is number 3. That comes in multiple colors. In the middle, you have the choker that the girl has on. And number 5, you have, those come in multiple colors. I believe gold, red, and blue. And that's number 5.
Yeah. Do we also have pink?
Okay. The next slide is, this is beautiful. We actually have live pictures of this on her social media page when we were at her vendor events. 25% off World of Women totes. It's just a cute after 5 rhinestone purse clutch. Number 6 and 7, those are the only 2 that we have, and those are the last ones in those colors. Let's see. And Erin, you want to go over this one?
Yep, 30% off World of Women bracelets. And this one is the
it comes in multiple colors.
Multiple colors. And that's also the Tree of Life on that little square right there. The next one comes in multiple colors. And also it gives you positive words like incredible, marvelous, and fantastic. The next one comes also in multiple colors, and that's a Tree of Life bracelet. Mm-hmm. And it's also number 10.
All right. Again, if you like anything, please either take a picture of it, record the percentage of the discount code, which is 35% off, number 8, inbox me and I'll send you the Bible link. And all of these are free shipping.
And it's also 30% off World of Women Sea Life. And that is more options, and the number is 11, and that is a turtle, and number 2
number 12.
Number 12 is
that's a Sea Life.
That's
hugger bracelet.
A Sea Life hugger bracelet, and also more options. And the third one is more options, and it's the 13th one, and that is.
It's a star.
That's a star.
Oh, that's a star. It's adjustable. It's adjustable star bracelet.
It's an adjustable star bracelet.
All right. And this is 30% off World of Women. These are just some of the clothing lines that we have. And number 14, it comes in 2 colors. It comes in black, and it also comes in red. Number 15 is the tie-dye. Number 15 is the tie-dye, and it's actually very comfortable. I have one myself. It is super stretchy. It's breathable, especially around your stomach. It's super stretchy. And number 15 is the color blotch. Number 16 is the tie-dye. So if you're a hippie like I am, you would absolutely love this outfit. Again, if you like anything here, please take a picture, record the number and the discount percentage. Also, it's something that I make sure that I put on Erin's site. In addition to Photoshop photos, we have real unphotoshopped photos for each essential that you see on her website. So what you see is what you get. Expect nothing less. All right, and this is 30% off World of Women leggings. And these leggings, number 17 and number 18, those are the only colors and the only ones we have. One of them has the G symbol on it. The other one has the 2 C's backwards, and it's up to 242 pounds that it can stretch. All right, you want to go over the chakra?
And that is 30% off Chakra World. And the first one is 19, and that is a little car ornament. And number 20 is a World of Women necklace.
That's a mala bead.
A mala bead.
Yes, and we have one more available in that. Now, let's go back to number 19, which is the 7 chakra stone car ornament. You can put that in the house. You can put it wherever you like. It is real stones. Erin has reviews on the pictures on the buyable link where you can see the stones up close. I personally have them in both of my cars. So we thought that was something that's unique and fun. All right, you want to go over that one?
And that's a 20% off.
No, 20 what?
25% off aromatherapy. And hashtag 21 is a jaguar. A jaguar. It's half white beads and half aromatherapy. And the number 22 is a multiple color one, and it has half pink and half aromatherapy.
What kind of stone is that pink?
That is a rose quartz.
Yes. Now explain how they would put their aromatherapy oil on the beads. Tell them how you do yours in the morning before you go to school.
So first I take a paper towel, I put it on any table that I want, and I set my bracelet on top of it, and my favorite essential oil is lavender, so I put the lavender only on the black aromatherapy beads, and those actually came from real volcano sites.
And what does the lavender do for you?
The lavender helps me calm down.
All right. And again, if you see anything that you like, take a picture of it, write the number down and the 25% off, and inbox me, and I'll send you a buyable link, free shipping. All right, and this is a 25% off charm jewelry. Of course, we have way more options than this, but we only chose a few to post on this slide because of time. This one, number 23, comes in silver and gold, and it's a 2-piece with free shipping. That's for if you're into astrology. On the gold plate, it's a Cancer symbol, which is a crab. And it's also Baltimore, Maryland are known for their crab as well. So if you know anyone from Baltimore, Maryland, they would really appreciate that charm bracelet. Number 24 comes in multiple colors. It looks, this is just a natural stone bracelet, and it's not a particular stone in particular. And it has an elephant hanging on it. And it comes in silver and it comes in gold.
And also, elephants are my favorite animals.
Yes. All right. And then we are having 30% off men's jewelry. This is a genuine leather nail bracelet. It comes in black and it comes in red. And it's multiple sizes as well. And you'll be able to see the original photos of supporters who actually has the bracelet on, so you'll know what you're getting. And you can visit Erin's Facebook page at Essentials from Erin, and her IG is Essentials from E, and of course her website. All right, and you want to go over this?
And this is Essentials from ErinInspiresMe.com for 20% off.
Okay, slow down, baby.
25% off other essentials. Inbox me for coupon code.
So these are other categories that Erin has on her website that we did not include in this slide. So if you visit her website and click on Shop Now, all of the categories will come up. I know Paparazzi has a lot of jewelry, so we decided to create a $5 and under section. We have bottle top openers for poker players, kids jewelry, dragon eye necklaces. We have 3D earrings, eyewear. We have some 100% genuine Ray-Ban UV sunglasses. We have elegant keychains as well as astrology keychains, magnetic jewelry, self-defense, and skincare. And the body butters are wonderful. So is there anything that you would like to say, Erin, before we exit here?
Supporters, just please give a review or a suggestion how to make my business better and me better, and I would really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Erin, for sharing your store with us. I really appreciate it. We're giving you a virtual round of applause. Erin, I have a quick question for you. What is the best part of being an entrepreneur? What do you like the most?
The best part of being an entrepreneur is I like talking to my supporters and telling them about my business and going to vendor events and also meeting new people.
Oh, I love that. That's what I like best about my business too. So that's fantastic. You're going to do great.
And also donating.
Oh, donating. Okay. You like donating and working with other community groups. That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Erin, for sharing with us. And thank your mom, too, for helping to put that PowerPoint together. We will definitely be, I know I personally will be shopping. I took 2 pictures, so expect my, expect my note for that link. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Erin was our final exhibitor today. And I just want to remind you all again to go ahead and comment, #IConnectTexas, if you would like to be entered into our giveaway for a $100 Visa gift card that we hope that you will spend either with one of our small business owners featured here or another small business owner in your community. And be looking out for some information about an event that we have coming up. It's for authors and people who want to be authors, how to write your own book. That'll be next week. And then we are going to do a Spanish version of this expo also in a couple of weeks, and potentially be doing another English version in the next couple of weeks as well. So I learned something from you, Erin, and that is to do the anonymous suggestions. I love that idea. And so I will definitely be incorporating that into my own business. So I thank you for teaching us something here. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say before we end our expo? No, no hands? Okay. Well, I really appreciate those of you who have stayed on this whole time. Mary, you rock. You've been here like every minute. A couple of you as well, but I know you're right in front of me, and I know you've been here since the whole time.
I way to eat a few crackers and cheese in between, but I was here.
And that's great. You know, that's really what it's about. It's about us supporting each other as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as, you know, people in the community, with nonprofits, you know, trying to help each other out. So thank you all again. And I will be posting this to Facebook. Please feel free to share those exhibitors who have also participated. I'll be chopping the video up so that you can share your specific portion on your site as well. And again, just thank you all for participating. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you all.
Thank you. And yeah, I mean, it's been great to listen to all of you and see you. I mean, I've been sitting here for a long time too, and I really, truly enjoy it.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Claudia. I really appreciate you. And we're looking forward to hearing more about AMEP and the different things that are going to be going on this week. And, you know, coming in the next couple of months. So
absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.